It is the start of a new era in Pod on Lansdowne Industries, Pod on Lansdowne Inc., Pod on Lansdowne Productions,
Lansdowne Media LLC.
Lansdowne Media LLC. It's a new day. It's a new day on Lansdowne Street. That new day being the start, the inaugural episode of the Pod on Lansdowne Movie Club. I am Fitz. That is Jake. That is Liam. The very first of our premium extra bonus episodes, no ads, all Pod off Lansdowne talk, all cinema talk. We're bringing it to you, man. I'm excited to do it. How we doing, fellas? What's going on?
I'm excited. This is what I've wanted. This is exciting.
This is what he's been in it for the whole time.
And now we seriously started, just to give everyone the idea of the movie club, we seriously started talking about this idea, I'd say a couple of months ago, but a general idea of this has been probably about, what would you say?
We had concepts of an idea.
I mean, we joked about a Patreon, I think, our first year.
For the longest time,
yeah. Only Fens, but yeah, now we actually do have one. So, Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the Pod on Lansdowne Movie Club, where today we are going in balls deep, ladies and gentlemen, to Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. The perfect way to start Episode 1 of the movie club is to do Episode 1 of the Skywalker saga of Star Wars, the first of 3 prequel trilogy movies. Yeah, the Skywalker saga that make you cringe.
I hate that shit.
Listen.
But I'll tell you what, I just want to read the tagline for the film real quick because I think it's good for us too. Every saga has a beginning. Wow.
That is absolutely right. Hi, Sophie.
Yeah, where else would we want to start?
Yeah,
and where we want to start here is just a reminder as to what this is. The Pod on Lansdowne Movie Club, which this is a free episode for everybody. Yeah. This is accessible
We're giving you a taste. We're giving you a taste.
Patreon.
Everybody gets one.
Exactly. Yeah, the next one will cost you, literally. This will be up on the Patreon RSS feed. I just learned you can't merge like the two feeds. You can't merge a private Patreon feed with like the public, Pod on Lansdowne public facing feed. So that's kind of a pain in the ass. You might have to subscribe to a second Pod on Lansdowne feed to get the Patreon feed if you want to listen on like Apple or Spotify, whatever it is. But that will be available for free on Patreon this episode. And this will also be available for free on YouTube, just to give you an idea of what the Pod on Lansdowne Movie Club is all about. If you would like to join the club full time, first of all, thank you very much. We genuinely appreciate any and all support that we get. But the Pod on Lansdowne Movie Club, just one more reminder, it's $5 a month. For $5 a month, you are getting 2 extra episodes of Pod on Lansdowne, more like Pod off Lansdowne, where we do exactly this. We review movies. And the next 2 episodes we do will be Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. We are starting with the prequels. Also, if you become a member of this community, if you join the membership on YouTube or on Patreon, we want to give you, yes, you, the paying perverts, some democracy. We want to put it up. We might say, hey, this next one, we're going to put it up to a poll. Here's 3 movies that we picked. I pick one, Jake picks one, Liam picks one, and you pick which movies you want to hear. And if anything else comes to that, we'll always be in communication. We're easy to find. We're not hard to get a hold of. But no,
don't hesitate to reach out.
Absolutely, yes, because this is our first foray into
DMs are open.
DMs are open. This is our first foray into Patreon and YouTube membership and whatnot. So apologies if it's not the smoothest thing ever, but we still want to go out and give you guys some some fun content.
When has it ever been smooth?
The entire thing, I mean, we were just talking off camera. We were saying this might go up in smoke because we actually have notes prepared. We typically just we have a couple of notes maybe here or there. Liam pulls up a stat when we're talking about the Red Sox. But now that we're not talking about the Red Sox really at all on these movie club episodes, and we have full-on notes for the movies that we watched, maybe that ruins the mojo. I guess we're going to find out.
I guess we are.
People are going to pay us $5 a month for an inferior product. That's what I'm hearing when I'm talking out loud.
That's capitalism, baby.
That yeah, right. Yeah, and shitification all the way down. We love it all here. But we're glad you're here, whether you are paying, whether you have joined the movie club officially as a paying member or not. If you're just here for the free episode, we're glad to have you here as we discuss Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. 1999, huge fucking blockbuster at the time. You talk about capitalism, by the way, Jake. Absolute merchandise juggernaut. This movie.
Oh yeah, you could still. I mean, they like overproduced. There's almost no merchandise from this movie that is like expensive because they just made.
So
like,
much
I mean, today, like in 2026,
junk
like,
wax.
you can just get everything still for like $5 on each. It's like, oh, you want
when we get
you want
the
a
plot-
Rats Tyrell action figure?
I do.
$4. Yeah, $4
Need
on
that.
eBay.
We'll just litter the pot on Lansdowne Studio when that day comes with episode 1 merch. Like those like Pepsi vending machines that had Anakin in the pod racer
Yeah.
on the front of
Where's
it.
that one that's still? Is it Pittsburgh? Where there's still the.
Yeah, I know
that
what you're
vending
talking
machine?
about.
Functioning one? Yeah.
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 The Jar Jar Binks lollipop. One of them
That's
with the tongue.
I always wanted the Jar Jar like cup topper.
Oh, it's a cup top. You
No.
catch my
There's
drift.
also a lollipop.
There's multiple. Okay,
where
so I
his
wasn't-
tongue is the pop,
That's
which
gotta,
is I mean that's disgusting. I
that
don't have
feels
that
wrong.
clear.
Frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
But Jake, you had a good idea to kind of start this conversation off before we get into the nitty gritty. Oh, it should be said. For some reason, if you haven't seen any of these movies that we're going to talk about on the movie club, obviously there are spoilers. Okay, obvious spoilers. We will be doing spoiler discussions on this, just in case you haven't seen any of these movies. I just wanted to get that out there now. But you had a good idea, Jake, to kind of start the conversation. The way you phrased it, your relationship with the movie. And I
Yeah.
think that's a good place to start. Your relationship with episode 1, The Phantom Menace. You thought of the idea, Jake, so why don't you kick us off on this conversation?
Yeah, I'm actually funny enough. I'm probably the worst one for this because you two have unk status on me. So I actually don't. This came out. I was I believe I was 2 weeks old.
I was going to say, were you alive?
I was 3 weeks old when this came out, May 19th, 1999.
Social is
So-
022.
Yeah, so I did not see this picture, I think, until 2005. I think because
Oh, good
when
heavens.
Revenge of the Sith was coming out, the commercials simply charmed me, and then I had my mom go and rent 1 and 2 from the local Blockbuster, of course.
And then 2 minutes in, you're like, why are they talking about taxes right now?
Yeah. So that's my relationship. And then, of course, I've seen it, I don't know, probably maybe single digits, I think, in
Yeah.
my life. I've probably watched it 4 or 5 times in my life, all the way through. And then, bits and pieces. And then the memes, obviously, like, took on their own life in, like, the 2010s. But an interesting film. That's what I'll say before I let you guys give you a little spiel.
Yeah. Ratings at the end, so not to piss anyone off or confirm anyone's biases going into it. But it's interesting, Jake, that you say that you started around 2005. I was sort of a late bloomer into Star Wars myself. I love Star Wars, but when this came out, I was only 3. I wasn't into Star Wars yet. Attack of the Clones came out. I didn't see that in theaters. Like, I only really started to dip my toes in the water kind of in the wake of the end of the prequel trilogy. I did get Lego Star Wars, that original game. I had a blast with that. That was probably my first true foray into it. My parents had the original trilogy on VHS, and I'd put it on from time to time, but I wasn't really locked in. You know what I mean? I didn't quite know what was going on because I was a stupid child. I'm a stupid grown man now, but I was a stupid child then.
Of course.
But it's interesting you say 05 because, again, I was a bit of a late bloomer coming into this, but then eventually throughout the years you see it a couple more times. And it's interesting that you bring up the meme culture of the prequels, especially because it's kind of led to these 3 movies sort of being reappraised and whatnot. They've gotten a whole other fandom from there. People of our age are a bit more warmer to these movies than maybe the generation before. How about you, Liam? What say you? What was your relationship?
It's funny you guys are like, oh, we were late bloomers. I mean, I can't even remember life without Star Wars.
Yeah, you were locked the fuck in.
I was in. I mean, I remember watching this for the first time. No. I think I can vividly remember watching Attack of the Clones for the first time on one of my neighbors at the time. Their dad had like a cam rip of Attack of the Clones, and that was the first time I watched it. But I mean, prior to that, I'd seen Phantom Menace like a million times. Had Naboo fighter T-shirts and Anakin pod racing toys.
Yeah.
I had a
Legos.
well, yes, Legos. There was a great water gun I had that was it was
A water
shaped,
blaster.
Yeah, it was a water blaster, of course. That I guess whatever grappling gun they use in like the final act, it looked like that. So that was a personal favorite. Had the lightsabers, of course. So I mean,
Even if I wasn't
in.
huge into Star Wars, of course I had some lightsabers too. That was just like
toys. I mean, everybody did.
I think like coming out of the womb, I think like each kid is granted like from the government like just a lightsaber. It's a random color, but like you just get one. Everyone fucking has one. It feels like, but yeah, that's some good sort of context for you as we dive into the Phantom Menace.
So before we jump in with like our thoughts and stuff, like the meat and potatoes of this. Would you humor me, Fitz? I'd love to do this like kind of a little background, just like basic info for everybody.
Yes, that's actually a great idea, and there you go. So
Okay.
it's kind of like the elevator pitch of the movie.
Yeah, so Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace, released May 19th, 1999. It's 134 minutes long. I would say it feels 134 minutes long.
I would say it feels
Felt every minute.
154
Felt every
minutes.
minute.
long.
Okay.
Should we do it? Should we do a game for all these things where Jake, you kind of give how much the movie cost and how much it made at the box office? That could be a fun little.
Sure. What? Okay. I don't have the adjusted for inflation numbers, but Fitz, what do you think this film cost?
I mean, not adjusted for inflation.
Yeah, not adjusted.
It was still such a juggernaut. I'm not gonna say it hit $1 billion. I'm gonna say 850.
On its okay, Liam.
I'm gonna say like 725.
So its final worldwide gross.
Oh, final. Maybe
was
there were re-releases.
well, no. I sorted the first release. 924.
Close to $1 billion. Okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Okay.
and it has been re-released 4 times. So now it's at.
4 times to
There was a
release
2012
this movie?
3D release. A 2012 3D release. There was a Star Wars May the 4th marathon. I don't know what year that was.
Okay.
I'm
And
almost
then a
certain
20
I saw it when it came out in 24 when they re-released it. Let me check my AMC app.
The only ones of those that I saw Return of the Jedi when it dropped again. It was
I
just
did
like-
see
and then
that
there
too.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a 2021 and a 2024 re-release. So it's been released a couple times, but so this film cost 113.8 million budget, and it brought in, like I said, 924. I imagine the marketing budget for this picture was astronomical. I couldn't even begin to surmise that number. But just furthermore, this was directed and written by George Lucas.
You don't say. on
There was,
this.
if there was ever a doubt.
don't say.
If there was ever a doubt.
This, the first Star Wars picture George directed since
The OG.
the OG, A New Hope. This stars Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, Jake Lloyd, Ahmed Best, Ian McDermott, Anthony Daniels, Kenny Baker, Frank Oz, you know. Let's just get into it, huh?
With that out of the way, I mean, with this being Star Wars, I think we have to start with the crawl. But before we get to the crawl, the very first note I have here, and gentlemen, I took like 7 pages of notes. May have been having a couple of drinks when I watched it, but that's okay. But the very first note I have, I don't remember the 2 minutes of Febreze ads before the feature presentation the last time I saw this. I don't know
Oh,
if
you have
guys
Disney
get-
Plus with ads?
Yeah, I'm broke. What are you
Deb
gonna do?
gets that. My mom gets that Verizon whatever.
The
It gives
bundle?
her the, yeah.
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 But in all seriousness, and also I have a preface in this. If anyone tries to throw any Clone Wars TV or extended canon shit in my face, I will give you pink eye. Right off the top, my biggest issue with the prequels as a whole, not just this movie, people who try to say, well, this is explained in Clone Wars, and it's going to make much more sense. And I have a bigger issue with that specific point later on in the trilogy, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But if you need to have some extended canon novel or some other TV series to explain the holes in your shitty fucking movie, that's on the movie. I'm here to review the movie, folks. I don't know.
The only Clone Wars series I recognize is the Gendy what is it?
Oh, Tarkovsky.
Yeah, the guy
yeah,
did Samurai Jack. That's the only
the
Clone Wars
animated
series
one
I
that was on
recognize.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
Well, they're both animated.
But, like 2D animation as opposed to 3D.
Thank you.
real. That it was actually pleasant animation
Yeah.
to consume.
Friend of the program, John Anderson, will kill us for talking shit about the longer.
I thought you were going to say
Clone
friend of
Wars
the
TV show.
program, Tarkovsky.
Andy.
If only.
Andy.
All right, so Jake, why don't you rattle off the or Liam, if you have it, the opening crawl, because I have
whole
notes
thing?
on that.
You're going to read the whole thing?
You want me to rip the whole thing?
Is that going to be too long?
Yeah, that's we don't need that.
Fine, fair enough.
Well,
you want the first two lines? You want the first two lines?
Yeah, the first two lines. I have notes on the first two lines. I just
Okay.
wanna-
As do I.
Okay.
Turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic.
Okay,
The
so
taxation
pause. So
of
put
tra-
no,
oh,
pause
oh,
after
oh.
that first one.
George got
So-
8 words into it before he had
No. So
problem.
I think this is important because like that first line, you're like, oh, like all right, we're right in it. Like we're right back in this thing. And now continue.
The taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems is in dispute.
And then you're kind of like, oh,
Oh.
Here's the point I had. First
Yeah.
legitimate point about the movie. How pissed were people when they waited all over a decade for
The same
this?
thought I had. The same thought I had.
How pissed were they when they were sitting there when like literally the 25th word on the screen, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars, turmoil has engulfed the Republic, the blah blah. The 25th word is taxation. That's insane. I mean, like, huh? Well,
It's just-
to have been a fly on the wall in any of those theaters.
It's the juxtaposition of the first and second line. I think is what is the real kicker. Like, the first line's pretty good. Like it locks you in, it draws you in, and then you're immediately met with the taxation of trade routes.
I mean, my point about. I mean, we'll talk about this as we go on. But my whole thing is like, the longer the movie went on, I'm like, there's not much turmoil here. It's just one planet.
No, it's pretty chill, frankly. I mean, it's
when they go to the Senate, and I was like, oh, yeah, I don't really believe her. But
well, they say turmoil. I don't think were there shots fired until the third act of this movie?
Not really.
I don't think
they
so.
have that like little thing like when like Amidala is being like transported. Was that in the last third of the movie? I thought that was kind of like halfway through. Like,
when they
first-
escape Naboo.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
not Naboo.
okay.
But again, like middle of the movie, like it's when you first get to what's the planet with the palace there off the top of my head. Oh my god, brain fart. What's the name of the planet?
Naboo. What the fuck
Is that
are you
also
talking about?
Naboo? Okay, all right. So there you go. All right.
They only go to Naboo and Coruscant.
Tatooine and Coruscant.
And
yeah.
Tatooine, yeah. They're only on 3 planets.
They always go to
Okay,
Tatooine. You
Naboo.
You can lock that one in.
Naboo.
My initial thought here was, is there I mean, say what you want about the movie, but is there any Star Wars film with a better title?
It's a fire name.
I don't think this is a good title because it's not even.
I mean, The Empire
doesn't
Strikes
even
Back is
make
so
sense.
simple.
The Phantom
I would
Menace?
say the original trilogy, all of them are better. New Hope's not good, but Empire and Jedi are both awesome titles.
Force
I don't
Awakens
think
is
this
pretty
is
good.
I don't think this is a good title at all. I totally
Really?
disagree.
I think
It's
I
so
think
abstract.
It has so much aura.
No, it's so.
felt the aura.
Who is it referring to?
I kind of agree with both of you. It doesn't make a ton of sense.
Is it
I mean, it's supposed to
Palpatine?
be.
Is it Maul?
Is it Maul?
That's
right?
what I mean. It's not even clear who it's
could be
fucking
either.
talking
Is it
about.
Newt Gunray? Who knows, right?
It's one guy? The Phantom Menace?
I have
hate
two.
it.
I have 2 more points about the opening crawl specifically. If
All right,
no one
hit
else
'em.
has any.
Yeah, knock them out.
First
Yeah,
of
I got
all,
one more too.
laughed out loud when it said the Greedy Trade Federation. I thought that was funny.
Well, we'll get into well, I'll save it.
Yeah,
It's like some interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
And then the second thing, while the Congress endlessly debates ... You know what that kind of reminds me of, gentlemen? Those turkeys in Washington. Am I right?
folks.
And then one more thing. It just again, this is maybe more so of a general thing. This is what I wrote-
Geonosian Rodney Dangerfield.
The boo-hoo that my wife says to me.
Rodney Dangerfield, the
I
last.
told her I'm building the Death Star. She said I hope it'll hit you or something. I don't know. Whatever.
It's all right. That's not so bad off the top.
We're
the dome.
riffing.
That's all
We're
right.
riffing.
This is what I wrote verbatim. I've seen this movie multiple times. I know what is generally supposed to be the deal. I still don't 100% understand why we have so many issues outside of Palpatine being a dickhead. And again, if you give me some BS about extended universe novels, I will kill you.
I think later in the episode we need to spend a few minutes like breaking down his master plan, because to this day I'm a little shaky.
He really kind of fails upward. Like,
well, yeah,
it's the American dream.
All right, so crawls down. We come in.
I got one more thought.
Oh
on
yeah,
crawl,
Liam, go ahead. Sorry.
So this is. It goes on to say, if it's already read the line, but the Supreme Chancellor has secretly dispatched 2 Jedi Knights. It's not wartime. Like, does he have the authority?
So I've also wondered this, and why is it secretly?
No less?
Yeah. I was wondering this. Why does it have to be a secret? And also, what, like, do these guys are like warriors? They're not, like, you don't have like diplomats for this purpose. Like, why are you these guys have swords on them. They're
made like, of light.
I'll just say
because then they go to Coruscant later in the movie and nobody's buying it. Like, nobody's taking it seriously. So who dispatched him then?
That's what I mean. If I was Newt Gunray, like, I would have felt threatened. You know, I get it. I get why
say
he
it's
tried
getting
to
out
gas
of hand
them.
now that there are 2 of them.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I would have gassed him too.
Which
I'll keep it a buck.
That actually segues nicely into my first note about the actual action, like on screen, what's actually shot. Very first note I have. My God, the accents are so racist.
Fitz, that's literally my first note. Is I've seen this movie several times, and I'm never ready for how racist Newt's voice is.
It is like come town level. Like,
yeah, it is. It really is. It's great. What is Newt Gunray's lackey?
Nick Mullen
name?
Stars as Newt Gunray.
Do you know his name, Liam? Like the not Newt Gunray? Because there's 2 of them.
I'm just gonna Google Newt Gunray buddy.
While you do that,
what species is are they? What is that? Is that
they are Nemoidians.
Nemoidian. Okay, that's right. Got it.
While you look up that person's name, speaking of someone else's name, TC-14, the C-3PO clone there.
Oh, love her.
Zero aura. Disagree.
Oh, I disagree.
Aura.
I think
really?
the silver.
My note on her was TC-14 erotic voice ?
For sure. Yeah.
Zero aura.
She sounds like a fembot from Austin Powers. but we knew they had silver fucking
Protocol droids.
Yeah, right. Because isn't there one in
marketing team
Empire? I think there's one.
Well,
in Empire.
I mean, 3PO's silver in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, good point.
Oh right, yeah. I guess also
Newt Gunray's buddy, by the way, his name is Rune Hako.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I've ever.
I've never. I'm looking at the. It's one of those. What were those big books that?
The visual dictionary.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, and they're pointing out his large pompous hat and and he's making a conniving gesture.
Conniving gesture with that voice.
All right. Well, let me just get into this. I have this note later for when a few more characters shut up. But something I'm genuinely fascinated with in this film is, like, the original trilogy, they have, like, there's Jabba speaks Huttese, and then there's definitely another, like, alien language in the original trilogy, right? Maybe not, like, I guess the Ewoks speak their own sort of language.
Well, the Jawas have their own language.
Yeah, the Jawas. So they totally dropped that in this film, and everybody there's Chinese guys. And then we get to Jar Jar, and they're all just Caribbean.
Yeah, it's racist to like every race.
And then we get to Watto, and he's just Jewish. Like, there's not even they didn't
even try to disguise that one.
No, they literally give him. No,
he straight up says
Hasidic
money.
He has Hasidic curls in Attack of the Clones. They give him.
Jake, I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna have you as the Jewish member of Pod on Lansdowne. I'm gonna have you take care of that. You can. If they start, persecuting the Catholics in a galaxy far, far away, Liam and I can take it from there. The Irish Catholics, us mix. But no, it's like every single race, every box that you could check, it has.
It was a real
insensitive
I don't know when
accents.
a couple watches ago is when it like clicked for me that it's just each like non-human race they encounter in this film is just like a caricature of a real like of a real race of people on Earth. Yeah, real like but
in any event,
yeah.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Is so shoehorned in, and
It's
I
awful.
asked.
They ripped that off. They ripped that off right away. They're like, all right.
My
just get it out-
question
just get it
was:
out of the
is
way.
this where the idea of like true fan service as we know it began?
That's
I think
interesting.
so.
I think this movie has an interesting relationship with it because there's some like it's weird. When I was watching it, I was thinking obviously like Anakin building C-3PO is disastrous and some of the dumbest shit in the world. The R2 one,
But he's so good at building things.
That is more acceptable. The R2,
yeah, the
reveal is more
R2
acceptable
being
to
in
me
it feels a
than-
little less ridiculous. But then there's also stuff like, I mean, setting it on Tatooine is a bigger conversation, but like the use of Jabba is like actually pretty restrained, and I was almost surprised. I guess like if you're gonna do all this other stuff, like why isn't Anakin just Jabba's
he's just like Trump.
If
If
you're
you're going
going-
like a sports game. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Falls
No,
asleep.
he
falls
runs it.
asleep at the end of the pod.
Oh, no, he runs it. Yeah, true. No, but that's what he wants to do.
But I don't know. Fan service with this is really interesting because I think this has less fan service than something like the sequels, where like the sequels exist. I feel like purely like every ship looks like how it did in the original trilogy. Where this, I think that's where the prequels shine. Is like the new planets, the new ships, the new aliens. Like
It has a
3PO's
whole other
naked.
aesthetic than the
yeah,
original
that
trilogy.
stuff is great in the prequels, and that's not fan servicey. Like they're going for it. Like they're giving you new, fun, exciting things. So I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this. Sucks. I hate it.
My note on I do kind of love that they lean in on Qui-Gon just being like, he's clearly unhappy that he's on like this diplomatic mission. Like he's not feeling it whatsoever. Like because Obi-Wan says, I have a bad feeling about this, and he straight up says, stone cold, I don't sense anything, and then basically tells Obi-Wan to like grab a water because he's anxious.
So I got a Qui-Gon take.
Oh yeah, hit it. He sucks.
Qui-Gon sucks.
Yeah, awful.
Awful character. Everything about it. Liam Neeson just there to collect a check.
Do you think
The
Liam
point
Neeson,
of
like
him
on
being
set,
there-
it hadn't even been 4 years since he did Schindler's List. Like he had to look around a couple times, and be like, I'm better than this.
Or maybe he was like, no, that was my Linsanity run. Like, no,
That's true. Maybe check's still gonna cash. I
That
suppose.
and Michael Collins was his Linsanity
I mean,
run.
all his scenes with Jar Jar, there's just such disdain on his face. He's
Liam
like- he's
Neeson?
clearly- he's clearly not having a good time.
The Qui-Gon character is difficult because I think the idea of it is interesting, like showing a Jedi that's like disillusioned with everything, but it doesn't really work because we don't know the Jedi at all. When this we only knew Luke when this movie started, and Yoda and Obi-Wan, but like that's what I mean. That's the fragments of them. Now it's like Qui-Gon's pissed off. It's like why? I don't know. Like do this in the second movie or the third movie or some shit.
Yeah.
But
we have way more about Qui-Gon to get into. I just wanted that off
he
the top.
sucks. I don't like Qui-Gon.
What do you think they were drinking before they killed everyone?
It
Qui-Gon
just
and
looks
Obi-Wan,
like
that is.
water, right? It just looks like a clear liquid.
Have we ever seen a Star Wars
they hand him,
character
like,
drink
shot
water?
glasses, right?
We drink water? I mean, Luke had blue milk, and I guess not. I don't know. I don't know.
You haven't thought of it, you know what I mean? Have you ever seen a Star Wars character tie their shoes?
I guess not.
Probably happens off camera if I had to guess.
Probably. Sort of like going to the bathroom. I don't think we've ever seen somebody go to the bathroom.
First Roger
Jar
Roger
Jar
of the...
steps in shit in this movie, though.
He does, yeah.
He does.
And he was in Big Doodoo this time.
He
as
was
well.
in Big Doodoo this time as well. Yeah.
Roger Roger means take a drink. That was the first Roger Roger in that first scene from the droids.
Roger.
Yep.
Okay, I have a note here. So the Jedi are sitting in the lovely conference room, by the way. Can I just say, like, that's
Of
a
course.
nice,
Yeah, it looked great.
really
Nice
nice room.
view.
Yeah, the Trade Federation. I mean, whoever's funding that operation, they got some pretty nice spot there. So they call Palpatine, who like,
Which, by
do
the
you
way,
think
I couldn't pause it on my rewatch. I couldn't pause it when Palpatine was thick. I wasn't able to.
No, that's when he's
That's
just
later.
That's
Yeah.
when
Oh, a
they're
little bit
calling him
later. Oh, I
on.
thought
That's
we
when the
moved past the opening
communication's
scene.
cutting
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
Oh yes, okay. I thought
No.
you
So
moved on.
the Trade Federation calls Palpatine to be like,
And he's just like, kill him.
Yeah, kill him. But so, do you think Palpatine's sitting in Coruscant, right? You know, in his office or something? Does he have like a little closet he goes in to like conduct his Trade Federation business? I was thinking like,
Goes to
because
the
it's a
bathroom.
secret. It's a secret that he's running this evil operation on the side. Like people can find
I feel like
out.
that's a better question later on because like right now he's what? He's just a senator, right? Probably got a smaller office.
Yeah, that's true. He's not the.
He's in some
the
like
chancellor.
forgotten wing. Yeah,
Okay.
there's probably a
He's
broom
a
closet.
backbencher.
Yes, a broom closet. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
But I mean, I agree with you. In like 2 and 3, I'm kind of like, how's he getting away with this?
I mean, there's camera. We know there's like surveillance type things. They have the goggles and shit. Like, whatever. We don't need to get bogged down in this.
What do we think about McGregor in this movie?
I think he's terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, he
I-
doesn't. First of all, he doesn't have a
doesn't
ton
do
to do
anything for
until the
me.
last like 25 minutes.
No, and I think
They really
that's
sideline him.
Completely sideline him on Tatooine. It's
Okay.
insane.
Yeah.
And
I
he's
had
charismatic
several
only in
notes
the
on
opening.
that.
Meanwhile, Jar Jar gets to go everywhere, and for what? Like he gets
Toys,
to go,
Liam. Toys.
Liam,
to go
it's
into-
Liam.
he gets
He's
to go into
funny.
town, he
He's
gets to go to
funny.
Coruscant.
He has a
I
funny
hated
voice.
I haven't sat down and like actually paid attention to this movie in so long. Like I'll have it on sometimes just as background noise.
Demanded
but
by the
every
gods
time-
it is.
Every time he was on screen, I was miserable.
I forgot
it
how
was so
quickly he's
awful.
introduced in the movie.
Oh yeah, right away.
And I don't want to
yeah.
jump ahead here, but just to
Yeah,
while
no,
we're
it's
on
right.
that
It's
topic.
right when they touch down. All right, well, so let's just get to Naboo because that's kind of
Couple of things, but for there.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the Force run real quick? How goofy?
Yeah,
it
now
looked?
it's never used again, and then
that was my point. Yeah, you never
other
see it
movies.
again.
Yeah,
and it
the
looks
shimmy
terrible.
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon do to avoid the destroyers looks bad. It's
Well,
a-
Fitz,
The-
point on that. Why does Obi-Wan call them destroyers? They're never referred to as such otherwise. They're droidicas.
that's a good point. I don't
Why
know.
does he
You
say-
can ask
why
I
does
did,
he-
George.
I did like the clunky dialogue there, where like they were clearly introducing these new droids, and Obi-Wan clearly goes, "They have shield generators."
Yeah, they're good. The droidicas are great. That's a
Yeah,
Lego
no
Star
kidding.
Wars, the video game icon. The droidicas.
Yeah, they have shield generators, and then we
Yeah, no kidding.
destroyed
I
it,
saw them already.
and then everybody on the bus got up and clapped. That's what happened. If George Lucas was a fire truck, he'd be a big red fire truck. That's how he writes
true.
movies. Quickly before we go to Naboo, is that? I mean, there may be a couple of Queen Amidala like stand-ins. Was that one specifically Keira Knightley, the one who goes like, "I will not condone anything that leads to war"? Because Missy Mopane
Yeah,
and I
it's
were
her
having
the
a
whole time, right?
Okay, so
She's the main.
No.
detail.
It switches throughout the film. Sometimes it is Natalie Portman.
Alex thinks that's actually still Natalie Portman there.
I thought in the first time you see her, it is Natalie Portman.
Okay, because the voice
Oh,
is a
when
bit
she
different. It might be.
when like Newt Gunray is like,
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very
that's-
start,
That's Natalie Portman.
when
yeah.
Palpatine was thick. Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
think
referring to at the start.
she's queen. She's queen when she talks to Newt Gunray, or it's Natalie Portman when she talks to Newt Gunray. It's Natalie when you see her talking to Palpatine when he's thick, and then I think it's Natalie until they get on the ship to leave Naboo.
The reason why, again, Alex and I were talking about it, and she said she still thinks it's Natalie because, as opposed to Keira Knightley, because, quote unquote, from her, she's not talking with the bottom of her teeth.
Yeah,
Keira Knightley does do that. I mean, good actress. Pride and Prejudice, great movie. But
I looked
yeah.
it up. She was 12 years old during filming. Keira Knightley.
How old
Keira
was
Knightley
Natalie?
was
14.
12?
Yeah, no, I think Natalie Portman was 14.
Yeah.
That's what the internet.
I knew
told
they
me.
were young. I didn't think they were
And
that
Keira
young.
Knightley was 14 when the movie came out, but she was 12.
Oh, when they were
apparently,
filming? Wow.
I was like, what?
Damn. How about that?
Damn. Okay. So yeah, they gas Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and then they run out. They kill some droids, and then they get on the transport, which are going down to Naboo, to do the. Well, no, I guess they're taking the whole planet hostage, right? That's
Yeah,
kind
like
of the
that.
plan.
That's the invasion, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then they hop off. They meet Jar Jar,
who actually doesn't look that bad, for when it came out.
No,
Like,
that was a
for when
note.
it
This
came out-
movie looks great.
They had some moments where it's like, okay, it's showing its age, but like at the time in
I
'99,
think-
it's impressive.
I
But
think
now,
that's
even
purely,
now,
that was when we talk about the pod race later. Like I'll get into it, but
genuinely,
just
like,
the
CG
aliens. I'm kind of like, all right, that's taking me out a little. But
genuinely, the CGI, I almost call him the CEO, the CEO of Sex Jar Jar Binks, but the CGI of Jar Jar looks better than a lot of the fucking Marvel slop that we see nowadays.
I think this being shot on film goes a really long way for like
Yeah.
kind of the tactile, because 2 and 3 are shot on digital, and you can tell, like it immediately feels way more artificial, like way more. It's just way more tactile in this one. I think it goes a long way. There were like several points in this movie where I was like, that looks pretty good. Like I really
yeah.
that was me the entire pod race. I was like, this looks fine.
Yeah.
This could have came
Yeah,
out
like
today.
some stuff does hold up. Like I think Watto looks really, really good. Sebulba.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I really think I was really impressed at several points. But yeah.
Not to rehash the point we just made, my next note was this was bolded and underlined and italicized. Qui-Gon doesn't do anything, man. Things just happen to him. This entire movie, things just happen to him. That's true. He's an observer just about the entire movie. And that's a lot about Obi-Wan for this movie as well. In episodes 2 and 3, for all the qualms that I may have about that, McGregor is doing great in those movies. Like, I care about him in episodes 2 and 3 when he carries the rest of the prequel trilogy. But for 85% of the movie, Obi-Wan sucks in this movie and Qui-Gon doesn't do anything.
No,
and
they're
that's supposed to be.
passengers.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the backbone of this story, and George has reduced them to, you put it best there, Jake, passengers.
Well, I find that the Phantom Menace as a whole, I think like a huge reason this movie doesn't work, just talking big picture here, is like there's not really a main character. Like they don't really know who the lead of the movie is.
That's a great point, because I was going to save this towards the end, but and I forget the name of the guy who made like that trilogy of YouTube videos back in the day. What if the prequels were good? They're well done. This was like 15 years ago. If you Google "what if episode 1 was
probably
good,"
have seen
I
that.
remember.
it'll be the
I
first one to
remember
pop
those
up. And the point that guy makes, this is not me thinking of this. I wish I could give credit right now. It's not like I could look it up right now, but I don't want to waste time. Very popular videos. He's like the main character of this entire trilogy should be Obi-Wan. It should be more of a focus on Obi-Wan's story. Like, but they don't give enough credence to that, especially in this film. And then half of episode 2 they don't. Episode 3 kind of gets you there a bit. And we'll get into those more specifics as well. If you give us $5 a month, we'll get into the specifics, folks, in the movie club. But no, the main through line of this all should be Obi-Wan, and I have more thoughts about that later. But just because we were on the topic, it's it should be obvious that this is Obi-Wan's story.
But alas.
Well, or Anakin's story.
No, because I think.
Oh, because he lose it, like because he becomes Vader, so you can't really bank on him.
Yeah, you know the ending of it a bit, but where then the story of Obi-Wan ends in 4, and it passes it on to Luke. Like,
I suppose. Okay.
You know what I mean? Oh, the good guy went bad. Like, and we know he's bad for another 3 movies. You know, it's more of an Obi-Wan thing, in my opinion. But, and that goes. The story of Obi-Wan also goes into the story of Anakin. Like, that's part of it. But again, very quickly, why did they cut so quickly into Yusa in Big Doodoo this time? That was awful editing. That's a point I had.
Fitz, I believe you.
Yusa in Big Doodoo this time.
Yeah, Captain Tarples.
Tarples.
Captain Tarples.
My point on the Gungans was kind of like, why didn't they just kill Jar Jar instead of banishing him?
Like me and my friends would have killed Jar Jar with hammers.
Yeah, no, but it's like
not?
if he's really that clumsy, what you just trust? Like, because then he brings 2 Jedis to this supposed hidden city.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I mean, not really holding up their end of the bargain as far as banishing the guy. He walks right back in. Yeah, he walks right back in. Like it's. I mean, not much of a banishment, really.
Yeah. And they take him right to the king.
I have a note here. It just says, Boss Nass, my beloved. Still the only Star Wars toy action figure case that we've ever signed as a podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
Why did George think the Gungans going like? Did George think that was like the funniest shit in the world or something? They do it
There's a whole documentary of him like agonizing over the design of like a side character's like head.
I know.
sculpture,
It's just someone in that room had to be like, George, it's not that funny. It's really not that funny, George.
It's funny to think that George thought it was so funny. That makes it funnier. Like
That's
just
true. Yeah.
George keeled over laughing at. Like, and then like the YouTube poop edits where they make like the like 90 seconds long. He just keeps doing.
Another quick note on the Gungans to me is that like I had subtitles on. It's not that clear what they're saying all the time.
I had the same thing.
I was like, if I was a child watching this in 1999 in the theater,
especially when they're talking about taxes and shit like that.
Like, yeah,
well,
like
the Gungans aren't necessarily, but
it's nearly incoherent what the like Boss Nass and Jar Jar and like it's not. It's broken English, obviously, but it gets pretty difficult to understand at points.
Which credit to George. That's why you need Boss Nass later.
It's true.
Boss Nass. I keep going Boss Nass like it's like it's like an Italian like fucking designer clothes company. But yeah, Boss Nass like Boss Nass. There's a reason why he has to go Misa Laika dis after like monologuing while trying to make a deal with Padme later in the movie. But you're right. Generally speaking, yeah, it's kind of like
yeah.
I'll just kind of get the general gist before we continue.
All right, so quick rattle off a couple things. So they send Jar Jar and the Jedi to talk to the Queen. Boss Nass does, right? Is that I have that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Quick note: that ship goes crazy. The Gungan transport.
Yeah, like
the
Tampa Bay Devil Ray. Yeah, it looks great.
Great ship design. I just
the chase scene with the giant fish sucks shit, but it does look like a crazy. What's it called?
Yeah,
it's called a bongo.
A bongo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bongo.
Because Obi-Wan goes, "What's a bongo?" And Qui-Gon goes, "A transport, I hope."
Or drum.
So then they arrive to the palace.
Which again, we just completely skip over the giant fish scene, like because that shit sucked.
No, there's always a bigger fish.
Everything with Jar. That's when in that ship is when I'm like, get Jar Jar off the fucking screen. Like that is immediately.
Hold on.
That's
Keep talking.
That's when I lose
him. Get him out.
I was like, yeah, you can get him out. And so
you can get him
Liam,
out. Yeah, get him out. Yeah. Get him the hell out of here.
That's how it feels every time he runs.
I have that in one of my notes later when I'm like, oh, there's Jar Jar again. Get him out.
Get him out. And so, Liam, this is kind of what you were saying earlier, like that Jar Jar and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, they get to Padme, and everybody with Padme and Padme herself are all kind of like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who are the Jedi supposed to be? They're not very good at whatever they're trying to accomplish.
You know what they're definitely not good at? A note I had: they are awful sneaks. They're obviously right there as they're trying to sneak in. I hate.
Yeah,
to
there's
sound
that. Like no one.
I said I hate to sound
them.
like CinemaSins, but like, come on.
But nobody stops them. Meanwhile.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and then my note was like when 5 minutes later when they actually like rescue everyone, they're just being escorted by like 6 battle droids. Like there's nothing else around. Like why would they be escorting the Queen with 6 guys?
Yeah, does she not have a detail, or she's got like one guy?
You think there'd be a little bit more security?
She's got the one guy.
Really
Wait,
serious.
I looked up his name because I thought actually in a better movie.
Of course, he's got a full fucking bio.
In a better movie, he would have been. That's a great character. Her main guy.
Panaka or whatever.
Yeah, him. I'll find it later.
Yeah,
whatever.
Captain Panaka.
Yeah. He's
a real one.
He is a real one. And so, okay, so eventually they convince Padme to leave. And my favorite line in the movie.
What is it?
Is right here. Padme's like, I'm not leaving. Right? The Queen should be with her people or whatever. And Qui-Gon just drops this on her out of nowhere.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to say.
My feelings tell me they will destroy you. I go, what the? What if you're Padme? Would you be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So here's what I had for that.
Your
I had here's again verbatim my note. My feelings tell me blah blah blah. I'm Qui-Gon. I'm never wrong until I die. Blah 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 blah. He fucking sucks. My feelings tell. Oh yeah.
Like,
Fuck off.
what on earth? You expect her to roll with that, dude?
You're scaring the host.
But she does. Yeah, she does roll with it, evidently. So then we bail. We bail on the boo to head to Coruscant. No. Yes. That's the original
Get
plan.
some lightsabers in there.
Yeah. I think all the lightsaber stuff in this falls flat until the Darth Maul fight.
What I wrote, Ben 20 minutes, so I guess we owe these folks some lightsabers. So.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't do anything for me.
John Williams' music, though, like I wrote his back must
right.
be heard from carrying the
good.
team. Like he's fantastic.
Something
there's
I
a
was wondering.
blockade.
Yeah, so when they're flying out of Naboo, in the vastness of space, could you not just go around the blockade?
I said, "There's the
fly right
blockade."
through it.
It's like 8 ships.
Like, go
had the
the other
same
way. I was so confused. They're flying directly toward it. Like, literally.
It's literally that. It's that Family Guy bit in their Star Wars parodies.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
they
yeah.
Sway, drift a little bit to the right. Like, oh, these guys know some maneuvers here. Wow.
Yeah, I'm watching it. They're laying waste to this ship. All the fucking R2s are dying, and they're just like, we gotta go straight, guys. Sorry. Like, okay.
And that's when Jar Jar briefly becomes Scottish. He goes, "Hello, boyos."
Naboo forever. Oh man, yeah, that's funny. Jake, we may have watched this movie like together.
Yeah.
We just didn't know it, like spiritually.
And then so they get through the blockade. All the droids fucking die except R2.
Yeah, I forgot about that droid that got cooked next to R2.
Yeah, and then I laughed at this. They bring R2 inside. He's a droid. At no point in this film is it clear to us that droids are anything but like robots. Like they have no.
And then they
emotional
humanize him.
investment, and they go, "Queen, this is R2D2." You're like, am I supposed to get up and clap? Like, I was like, fuck off, dude. He's a fucking tin can.
I do think. I mean, that reveal at least had to have gone crazy in theaters.
That was R2? Well, maybe if it wasn't fucking obviously R2 when they showed him.
Well, that's when I'm thinking when he first shows up. Like they don't.
Oh, when they pan
Yeah.
over and it's Jar Jar
Yeah, and there
fucking
he is.
around in the ship. There's Jar Jar ruining everything again.
I have a note here.
Ho-hum.
It says 30 minutes in and next to nothing has happened.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
yeah.
so true. It does. It takes forever to get going.
Yeah, but then Darth Maul comes in and he stands the fuck up. And
he
there's
just
that
behind
fight.
Palpatine when Newt calls Palpatine.
Well, first, but then he also comes in and has the. Well, no, the fight later. That's actually later on in.
Yeah,
the
that's
movie,
way
right?
later.
When
That's
they're
after
on
the-
Tatooine.
But
When
what
they're
I,
at the end
the
of
reason
Tatooine.
why I'm mixed up because I said to myself, I'm reminded of the video I made for Trill Ballins of the Darth Maul fight with Stephen A. saying Max Kellerman every time lightsabers clash. I will play that later on my phone later on in the episode because I have it bookmarked. It is still tweeted. So there.
So I have two quick thoughts about Darth Maul. One, it is awesome how he's just mean mugging behind Palpatine when they call.
Oh yeah, he stands the fuck up for sure.
Yeah, when they call him. Second, like if you're Palpatine, is Newt Gunray like really the guy you stake this fucking hostile takeover of the galaxy on? Like this guy is completely incompetent, and you're like,
I was gonna say, be careful with the racist caricature.
I'm saying
adjective you're gonna use, but incompetent.
Newt's completely incompetent at fucking anything. I'd be pissed if I was Palpatine. You can't kill the Jedi. You can't do the fucking blockade right. The
I
Queen
feel
escapes.
scared to even quote Newt Gunray in the movie because I'm gonna get it's
Yeah, it is.
cartoonishly bad it is.
Yeah. And Newt Gunray the lights were too bright for Newt. I'll
Great
say
name,
that.
I don't know how he makes it all the way till like the final 20 minutes.
Until
or whatever.
Anakin fucking murks him on
Yeah.
Mustafar. Yeah.
You'll appreciate this next note I had, Liam. Why does Jar Jar walk like Richarlison after he scored a goal?
All right,
My
so-
note there was,
Oh, yeah.
was not the same, but I had the same sentiment. It was about Jar Jar walking. I was like, why is he going into town with them? How is he going to be useful in any capacity?
Liam, the answer to all these questions is the merchandise, my friend. The toys.
merchandise.
I was like,
toys.
what? Obi-Wan sits on the ship for half the movie.
Liam,
Meanwhile,
I'll
I got
give you
this
I'll give you
Skywalker.
one answer as to why that's happening, and it's a date, December 25th, 1999, my friend.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay, so the ship gets damaged as they're leaving Tatooine. The what is it? Why did the
It's the hyperdrive. The hyperdrive.
the hyper G? Yeah, sure.
breaks.
So they can't make it all the way to Coruscant. So fucking dumbass idiot Qui-Gon's like, oh, let's land here, Tatooine.
Because I know everything.
Yeah. So they land, and then for some peculiar the way the characters split up in this is completely incoherent. Like, I know we just said Jar Jar goes with them to town, but what, like,
Could you not have like
Why-
a fun, like little like buddy, like haha moment if it was Jar Jar and R2 like on the ship, like staking? I mean, you need a
Yeah,
grown
or-
up in the ship, I suppose. But like,
Okay, so they need
why
Padme.
why is Obi-Wan not in there? Why is he not there to meet Anakin like right off the rip? You know, and it, like,
there's no
and there's-
reason
there's
for
no, like-
anyone
there's no,
to
like-
stay on the ship.
There's no like B
Yeah.
plot happening on the ship.
No,
either.
that's
They're
what I
just
mean.
sitting there.
I mean, this must be why he stays on the ship, but the only payoff for Obi-Wan being on the ship is because he can fucking run Anakin's midichlorians before they leave.
which that save the midichlorians. stuff.
Yeah, I will. But
yeah.
that's the only payoff for him not coming into town, which is it's so bizarre that he doesn't come, and it drags the movie to a fucking screeching halt. And then
It brings the movie to a
as if we
screeching
weren't
halt when it was already
already
at a screeching
Yeah,
halt for a
right.
half hour.
Crawling.
and then
At this
so
point, we're 35 minutes in.
The only thing that has changed is that Jar Jar has stepped in shit. That's the only thing.
yep,
that
he
has
steps in
changed.
shit. And then I guess so let's do a little Padme conversation because this is kind of where she
Does
sort
that
of
loop
enters-
into the Anakin like
Yes, it
introduction
will.
conversation?
It will.
Okay.
Good.
So
I have notes on
Padme,
that.
so you're Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Or let's just say you're Qui-Gon. You're running the show on the ship. Would you not be like, no, when the Queen says, "Can my fucking handmaiden come with you?"
Well, that's a great point, but my point also is like they couldn't just. I mean, Qui-Gon keeps talking about his feelings. He couldn't just sense that that's actually the Queen.
Well, here's another
Well,
one.
if he
Here's
knows
another
everything.
one.
Like what,
My
what
senses,
the hell's
yeah.
going on?
Here's another one. Why does it even matter that she's the Queen at that point? They're on fucking Tatooine. Like, you've already given up yourself to these two strange men in robes. Like, I don't.
Who you've trusted your life with.
That's what I mean. Like, they can know. I mean, there's only 10 of you on the ship. It's like 2 Jedi. It's the 2 Jedi, Jar Jar, Padme. What's Tanaka? What's his name, Liam?
Panaka.
Panaka.
Like, and the pilot.
Yeah, the pilot, and then a couple handmaids. Like, you could just be straight with everybody at that point. Like, I mean, what difference does it make? Anyway.
A side note on all of this, obviously the first line from Anakin being, "Are you an angel?"
I said negative Riz was my note there.
Negative res. What I wrote is, and Lucas got a weird case. Why is he around? Keep the family away. That's what I wrote.
Interesting. I have. Well, okay, so just Padme.
The
I don't know, I
rumor,
think-
Queen
that whole dynamic is so
Amidala.
strange to me. In this movie.
Rumor.
I think the whole Padme secret identity thing is genuinely like a large issue.
Is
with
she
this film.
is she the Phantom Menace?
Like,
I don't
it's
think
just
it's a-
so.
I don't
It's
think
so
it's a
unnecessary.
large issue because I think there are larger issues that
Of
I've already kind of
course.
alluded to.
But it is
Or-
just so
let me-
unnecessary.
No,
What does
I
it
agree.
add to the film?
I agree. Yeah, I just don't think it's the biggest issue, which
No, I don't. It just
it
pisses
could
me
still
off
be
too
a big
because
enough
it's
of an
like
issue, I suppose.
it's like none of. I don't know. I just think it's so dumb. The whole time I was watching it, I was like really bothered by it. But all right, let's get to the weird case. Let's just hop into it. So little rascal comes scampering in. little slave boy.
Meet the Amidalas.
Little slave boy runs in.
Dear Anakin,
Um,
I'm sorry
all right.
that your mama isn't around.
Let me just knock this out, all right? It's one thing. I know that Jake Lloyd went through a lot. I know he's had some demons.
Yeah,
God bless
it's not
him.
on him. It's the writing.
It's great. Well, so
The dialogue
no,
is so bad.
He's pretty
he doesn't
bad.
help
Okay.
himself. He
Yeah,
doesn't
he's-
help himself.
yeah,
but
he's
the
pretty bad.
dialogue's putrid. It's
Yes.
just
Yeah.
terrible.
It's not doing him any
I
favors.
think
Let's put it that
I think
way.
Shmee's dialogue is even
Dude,
worse.
wait, no. I wrote that down. She's awful in this.
She's
I didn't.
terrible. The
They
dialogue
needed
is
a-
like,
She skates
it's
on a
like-
lot of it, like
it's almost
in the
like
general discourse.
George
But yeah,
wrote all her lines at the very end, and by that point, like no one could check him. So like, all right, there's your line, because everything like it just didn't fit. Like she was like waxing poetically every time she spoke. I'm like, who is this person?
what I wrote, and Jake, you'll appreciate this. It's like the writing of a late '30s movie with the budget of a late '90s movie. It reminds me of SpongeBob going, "Oh my, this purse
Yeah, well,
is
that's
so
kind of-
heavy."
Yeah, that's a really big issue.
Shmee with
the
her
movie.
mid-Atlantic accent or whatever they call it.
Yeah, it's like George. The dialogue sucks, but everybody is so wooden, and that's over the years we've learned that was like a specific direction
This is-
George had.
Like, great.
You tried to be like, "Oh, it's like Shakespearean or some shit, right?" Or
Yeah,
whatever fucking
but
excuse
it
he
doesn't.
had.
It doesn't even sort of work. It is just terrible.
Now, granted, to give credit where it's due, in terms of like something that I actually did enjoy with the writing, it's a minor sort of thing, but it's like a nice little detail. It actually gives some sort of color to Qui-Gon, how he faces with the smallest amount of adversity. The waving of the hand Jedi call out from Watto is actually great. I do like that
his
little
tea.
detail, where it's like, no, that's not gonna work. You fuck. What do you think? You're doing a Jedi?
So I
trick?
love it. I love it, and I love how arbitrary it is that it just doesn't work on Toydarians. Like, okay, we don't.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of color, right? I like
was that
Qui-Gon's
established
so
that random species are immune?
I like that little bit of color. It's great. It's just funny that like almost exactly 10 seconds later, the good writing's momentum is immediately killed with the line, "If I wasn't so good at building things," from Anakin. It's just very funny that you go one step forward, 20 steps
Well, I like
back
when
on
Watto goes, the only thing that is money.
Only money.
Only money.
Not beating the allegations, George.
So I just have a couple quick notes about Anakin. Not Jake Lloyd, but Anakin. So something I've thought since literally the first time I saw this movie, and I think this would solve almost every problem from the Anakin side of things. Why is he not just the same age as Padme?
100%. I don't understand it.
He could
Because they
he
correct
doesn't
the age later.
he could be because that's still younger. He's still like
He's still
a
5
kid
years younger than her.
in the.
In
What do you mean?
Phantom Menace, like
He's-
character-wise, like Padme's
what, he's-
14 and he's 9.
So yeah, why couldn't he just be 14? Like, because then you still have
Right.
him being like a kid. Like that's not Luke is what 18 in A New Hope.
I think that something like that. 18 or 19.
So like
18,
that's like visually like an older person. Like if you cast the right kid at 14, like they could still be a kid, but it's not weird anymore.
Right.
And then I actually think a ton of the movie opens up because you can like tween romance, like that's cute. Like you can immediately do something fun and cute with that.
more
like her-
endearing, right?
Yeah,
There've been
and,
plenty like
Whereas
youth, like-
whereas then this is skipping way ahead, but then they share a look right before the end credits roll, and I'm
Yeah, and
like,
it's weird.
That made me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
And
there is
even
no.
Obi-Wan
she's a
was weirded out.
groomer.
There's
Obi-Wan's
no
weirded out.
reason he can't be 14. And let me, this is skipping ahead a little bit too, but he's already old enough where the Jedi say he's too old. So what
Yeah.
difference does it fucking make? Just make him older. I've thought this
I don't
forever. It's
understand it.
so strange. Like, you know what else it would give you is like
That's a good point, Jake.
thank you. I've felt this for so long. It also
Specifically,
would
that
give
the
you
saying "he's too old" thing. That I never actually really put that together. That's a good
that
point.
they say he's too old anyway, so it makes
Yeah.
no difference. Yeah. And also like, the actual quote unquote romance of Anakin and Padme doesn't start until the second one because it's less weird. But if you do what I'm saying and make them both 14, like you can play more with like Padme kind of like letting her guard down a little bit on Tatooine because there's like she's amongst the people with Anakin and like
Like
Anakin.
he gives her a necklace, etc.
Yeah, like she opens
This is
up
why I
more.
love being queen, because like I try to like relate to other people.
Well, that's
although I'm in my
and then it's like,
palace or
and that's her arc. Like she learns to be among like the small folk, like that
Yes!
kind of thing. And it's like she falls in love with a little slave boy. Disastrous choice. I think that's like.
You know,
I mean,
I'm back to this
clearly
being a huge
George
issue.
also
I
thought-
wasn't so certain, Jake, when you were starting at this point. You've convinced me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it. obviously
Doesn't make any
Anakin
Because
being
if
9.
you were gonna make the romance such a big thing in episode 2, wouldn't you?
Well, that's what I
want
mean.
To lay
That's
a better
what- yeah.
foundation in 1.
Yeah.
Also,
So-
it makes the third act far less ridiculous if Anakin is like a young teenager flying that ship instead of a literal
Please,
child.
I
Now,
have
this
notes
is
on- I have
podcasting.
notes that-
yeah.
yeah.
Like if that's like a 14-year-old kid, you could be like, okay.
All right, I can
And
see
you
it.
like play it a little straighter, like a kid that can act and can be like scared, but also,
But then he
I
learns
just
like,
think-
oh, actually, I'm doing it.
The movie obviously has tons of problems, but I really do think just casting a 14-year-old would have gone
Would've saved the
so
day.
far. Yeah.
Two quick other notes.
yeah.
For sort of the scene where we meet Anakin for the first time. I wrote, and I quote, "I'll show you my socks pod. I'm building a podcast." That's one thing. I just thought that was funny. And then verbatim here, imagine the crowd pop back in 1999 for the most annoying droid you can imagine. Oh my.
Oh, awful.
3PO
I fucking
sucks.
hate C-3PO. I fucking
my
hate
my
it.
note on that was 3PO ham-fisted reveal.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks so
It's
bad
like-
that Anakin built him. I'm not wasting breath on that fucking idea.
Prior to that, though, my note was, why is Qui-Gon trusting this 9-year-old to keep them safe from that sandstorm?
Because he
Again,
knows
things are
everything.
Things are just
Qui-Gon-
happening. Things are just happening around
Liam
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon can never be wrong.
So
And even before that, I said Jar Jar eating the fish. That's when we meet Sebulba. That was my note where I said, "Yeah, you can get him out of here." Like I'm just so sick of him.
before we get into this,
I wrote about
yeah,
Sebulba when we meet him. He's a fucking loser. Even if he won the race, even if he won the Boot to Eve Classic, he's still beefing with a child.
Oh, see, I my note on Sebulba was, well, I'll wait a second.
Sure.
Yeah, until once we get to the Boon to Eve
Yeah.
classic.
Okay, so I just wanted to make one note before we kind of get into like the pod racing and stuff and the scheme of it all. I don't know. I never really picked up on this until this watch of the movie, but kind of an odd choice by Lucas that Anakin, who is a slave, and his mother Shmi, who is also a slave, they have basically the same exact living conditions as Luke Skywalker does in
Great place, great
in
little,
A New
great
Hope.
little
Like,
apartment.
like it's really. I mean, obviously, like I'm not endorsing slavery, but they don't seem to have it that
Very
bad.
big of you.
Nice days.
Yeah. Like it's pretty. I assume this was probably George and company just being afraid to like depict slavery in their movie, like graphically. But like they have a house, like a nice house,
little
and
pad.
they're not. Watto's like, yeah, leave when you're done. Like it's not. They don't. He seems like a nice boss, all things considered. I don't know.
I
just
love
thought,
that work. It's a good workplace culture.
good time
you know?
Yeah,
off,
I just
yeah.
think like I don't know. It could be worse. Is all I'm saying.
Union
I don't know.
mandated
You got
holiday.
health insurance.
Yeah, I'm a card carrying member of the slave union. Got good bennies. I get dental.
I just think Watto provide. I think if I had slaves, I'm not sure that I would treat them as well as Watto does. I think he's a good guy.
He's an upstanding citizen.
He is.
Good kid, local kid.
Good. He's probably in like the Better Business Bureau. Like they got the, like the business leaders of Mos Eisley. He's probably in that. I like him.
He's part of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, the Chamber of Commerce. Yeah.
Who's the funniest voice you think could substitute to be Darth Maul's voice?
Newt Gunray.
Yeah.
At last, we will reveal ourselves.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, Dangerfield's always a good.
What? Okay, wait. What are Maul's lines? It's at last we will reveal ourselves. Is that
At
it?
the end.
Is that it?
I think he has.
Because that was my note here. I was like, do we ever hear him speak again? And then the follow up as a sub bullet was, why even bother have him speak at that point?
This
Patrick
is a
Mahomes
later.
being like, "We're gonna reveal ourselves, Coach Reed and Travis. We're gonna reveal ourselves."
This is a later note I have, but I almost appreciate like the audacity of how nothing of a character Maul is. Like they
He's
pretty
kinda aura
much.
farms.
Yeah, like they
Yeah.
designed the face paint look, and they were like, "All right, call it a day, I guess. I don't think we need anything else."
He really is just there to
Put a
horrify
pin
him.
in the nothingness of Darth Maul for the
Okay.
very, very end of the movie. Put a pin in that.
All right, so Liam, you've seen the movie the most of any of us. Can you break down beginning to end Qui-Gon Jinn's needlessly complicated scheme to get off Tatooine?
I don't even know if I'm going to do it justice.
I get lost in it every time I watch the movie.
It's what he is essentially saying he won Anakin's pod racer in a game of chance. Okay, whatever that means. And so he's having Anakin race this pod racer for him. But then I'm kind of like, all right, so where does Watto even come into that?
They're splitting the winnings 50-50 because Watto owns Anakin.
Okay. So I mean, I guess that is more, because that's kind of like, even at first I'm like, all right, why is Watto even involved then? But so he wouldn't let him race otherwise.
It's his property.
I guess you're right. But then so Anakin wins the race, and they get the money for the parts. Watto keeps the rest,
and then they sell the pod.
Yeah, and then they sell the pod racer after the fact too.
But what's
the
stuff?
Plan fails, Master? It can't, because the plot demands that it can't.
What's the thing with Watto? After the race ends, why does Watto get pissed? That Qui-Gon also had a bet going, right?
Hold on. There's like a
I know. I totally get lost in it every time.
Again,
I watch
if you're
the movie.
7 years old in the theater, being like, "What's a bet?"
It's weird.
Again, and this relates to, because it's a stupid fucking scheme too. Again, Qui-Gon just going off of his vibes, and it ended up working out for him. He's the walking definition of Deus Ex Machina. Like that.
I was gonna say Qui-Gon's a that boy nice enjoyer.
So there's 4 bets going on at once.
Oh, Jesus
okay. All right,
Christ.
break it down. All
right, so here's a
DraftKings is the home of your pod racing parlays.
All right, so
bet smarter and safer on the Bunta Eve Classic.
Yes. Bet blocker. You want to set limits.
The Tatooine Gaming Commission. So here we go. First bullet. The widely known first bet between Watto and Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon and Watto both bet with a third party, the pod race bookies. Of course, we don't even see them do that Anakin will win the pod race.
What a waste to not put them in the movie. Would that not have been a tremendous scene? Like
would have been
seedy...
helpful.
Use promo code WATTO10 at checkout at Draft Emperors.
Also, like, crazy whiff by George to shoehorn in the cantina. Like, they could go to the cantina to do it.
Yeah, that would have been easy. Wait, but isn't... Those are separate space parts, aren't they?
Oh, right. They're at Mos Espa, right?
Yeah, Mos Eisley is where the cantina is.
Actually.
Excuse me.
Actually. So here we go. Anyway, so they bet with a third party that Anakin would win the pod race, with Qui-Gon offering his ship as collateral should they lose and fronting a pod which he claims to have acquired in a game of chance. Okay. So then the next line here is,
how many times they say that more than once, right? A game of chance.
Game of chance.
They say it.
Well, he really has to reiterate that's how he got that.
It's a game of chance. It's a game of chance. The next line here is, this is a lie. The pod was built in Watto's workshop by Watto's slave and is therefore already Watto's property. As such, Qui-Gon is defrauding Watto by fronting an asset already owned by Watto as his portion of the bet. So they arrange to split the winnings should they win. Next, second bullet. Watto's off-screen bet with a third party, the pod race bookies.
It was in an episode of the Clone Wars. Don't worry about it.
Is a bet that Sebulba will win the pod race, and Watto has bet everything on Sebulba, presumably excluding the money he fronted for the original bet, because Sebulba always wins. So third bullet here. Qui-Gon responds to Watto's bet on Sebulba with, I'll take that bet, compounding the fraud in bet 1 by betting the pod Watto already owns against the freedom of one of Watto's slaves. Because Qui-Gon is offering to bet against Watto. This is a bet that Sebulba will not win the pod race. So then finally, to decide, conditional on Sebulba not winning, which slave will be freed, Watto rolls a chance cube. Qui-Gon compounds criminal fraud by telekinetically influencing the cube to land on blue instead of red. Four bets, 3 instances of fraud, and the 5 possible outcomes of the Watto Qui-Gon bets.
I can almost guarantee that someone on Reddit has gone into like the mathematical probability of all this working out for Qui-Gon. Someone has to have a breakdown of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, the next thing here is like they go into it, like most interesting and neglected is the counterfactual where neither Anakin nor Sebulba win the pod race. What happens? What happens in that?
If Ben Quadraneros comes out on top,
Rats
Tyrell resurrects from the ashes and unleashes his fury. Yeah.
Bowls roar.
But again, Qui-Gon can never be wrong. He can never be wrong. So it ends up working out for him.
Well, okay. So speaking of the bet and the Watto Qui-Gon deal, I laughed out loud at when Qui-Gon's like bargaining to he's like, I'll take Anakin, and then he's like, no, you'll take Shmi if you whatever, that whole thing. I laughed out loud at how quickly Qui-Gon's like, I want the mom and his boy, and he goes no. And then Qui-Gon just goes, okay, just the boy. Like, that's a person's life. He's like, yeah, all right, fuck it. He's like, you drive a hard bargain, Watto. I don't know.
Moving like AJ Preller, my God.
He's like, okay, I don't need her. Like, dude, try a little harder. That's a living woman.
All right, fuck her. That's what.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can we circle back before the pod race even begins? And they're like, Anakin's asking Shmi if he can do this for them, and Shmi at first is like adamant. She's like, no, this isn't happening. But then on a dime, she suddenly goes, there is no other way. He was meant to help you. Where does that come from? Like the parenting is all over the place.
And again, that line reads bad because it's the writing's bad, and then everyone else in this movie, it's like they're reading their lines like they're being held at gunpoint. Like George is behind the camera with a pistol and like reciting the words with them, like with like mouthing the words, like disastrous.
And then after the fact, when Qui-Gon's asking her about Anakin, and she's like, "There was no father." Qui-Gon has no follow-up questions.
Liam, I took the same note. He's like, oh, all right. He's like, yeah, of course.
No, that totally makes sense.
He literally says nothing, right? Is that? I think I wrote that down.
No response. There's no response.
Yeah, I said absolutely insane how casually the space Jesus thing is dropped in. She's just like, yeah,
and then
no
we
dad.
Just move on.
Are we talking midichlorians?
No, not yet. That's later.
The no dad thing. Yeah, that's right.
But I'm like, he doesn't have any follow-up questions. Maybe he thinks that's too
I'm
personal.
actually surprised George didn't go, excuse me, Shmi, one more time. Did you just say no father for this magical boy? No father for this
George had to
boy.
Be geeking when he thought of Space Jesus, right? Like, I can't even imagine. That had to be so cool.
You're the first person to, compare Jesus to or have a fictional character compared to Jesus in any form of George. You're the first one to ever do this.
So, and then that's that leads right into the pod race, the Space Jesus conversation.
Well, they do start talking about the midichlorians before the race, I believe.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's do that real quick.
If I could get on my midichlorian soapbox,
yeah,
this is no lower than third biggest issue of the movie, if not two, maybe even one. I fucking hate the midichlorian shit. It fucking sucks. Hate it. First of all, Qui-Gon, you can't just take someone's blood. I think that's HIPAA. You can't just do that, first of all. Second of all, again, the midichlorian bullshit. The entire original trilogy has this sense of, like, anyone can do this if they believe in the Force, they feel the Force. Like, you could be anyone. You could just be this... You could be Luke Skywalker living on the farm with Uncle Owen and whatnot. It could be anyone. And then the prequels is like, no, it's actually eugenics. We like eugenics as a matter of fact.
I wrote eugenics in my notes as well.
I verbatim, I have eugenics, so same page.
It's like just sick to like drop that into this fantasy story. It's like, yeah, eugenics.
Yeah, blonde hair, blue eyes. You need that. Yeah. When the original trilogy is like, hey, anyone can be a hero, even if you're not a full-on Jedi. Like, but even the Jedis could be anyone. You know what I mean? Nope. Eugenics.
Wrong. Yeah, I have
minutes
nothing.
In and next to nothing has happened. That's an update.
I have nothing to add on midichlorians. Oh, I have one small note on midichlorians. Why does Obi-Wan know Yoda's midichlorian count? That's kind of weird. That was my
that's got to violate HIPAA.
That's definitely a HIPAA violation.
Yeah,
I said pause. Why the hell does he know that?
The only note I had on midichlorians was later when Anakin straight up asks Qui-Gon about it, and he explains them as a symbiote. To which I said, Venom? ?
Sure. Sure.
That's all I got on them. That's all.
All right, great. Okay, now we're at the
Now
Boonta Eve
it's pod race.
Classic.
Can you imagine the DraftKings or FanDuel integration that George would shoehorn in if this movie was made 30 years later?
I'll keep it a buck, Fitz. I would indulge.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean,
Something
that would've been
enjoyable from
sick
this
as
movie,
hell.
the reference he would make.
Yeah, so I wrote down the names of all the guys that they say on screen. You want me to rattle these off?
Oh
Let's
yes,
do it.
please.
Can you
All right.
rats all them off?
So he's actually not said.
Rats
Rats.
Tyrell is not
They
sad?
don't announce it.
No, they don't announce him. The ones they announce are Ben Quadraneros,
Of course.
Bulls Roar,
He's like the pig-looking guy, right?
Mahonic, Craig Holfast,
Craig.
Cregg.
Okay, sorry.
Craig Holfast, Dud Bolt,
Oh yeah,
and
good one.
Odie Mandrell. Those are the ones they announce.
There you go.
They
No, I
might
gotta-
say rats. They might say rats when they're announcing like as the race is going on, but those are the ones they say in the lead up to the race.
Yeah. Rats and his expecting wife as well.
yeah.
Now, I got a question for you. What do we think the logistics of the bleachers, the stands at the Boonta Eve Classic
Yeah.
is? Because the
I think
stands
I think it's GA.
Well, here's what I mean. The stands are built directly into the cliff itself along the course, but I don't see a way for anyone to get in, considering the only access point looks to be the very top of the cliff. If it's all built into the rock, and I'm reading off the notes here, if it's all built into the rock and we just can't see it, that might be the only explanation. I don't know. I also do know that Mr. Lucas does have an answer to this. Like, if I asked him this question,
it's like
he'd
Red
say, well,
Rocks.
it's a good question. Thanks for asking.
It's like Red
Fitz."
Rock. You go in from the top. It's like Red Rocks.
I'm reading the Wikipedia page here. It says the grandstands of the arena, which were financed by Jabba the Hutt, were cradled within an amphitheater which was built into the natural curve of a steep walled canyon. The arena track.
I gotta
attracted
pull up the picture of it
competitors
again,
and
'cause
spectators
it's
from
not-
all over
Does the
globe.
arena have a name, Liam? Like, does it have its own name?
It is. It is the Mos Espa Grand Arena.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah.
The Rats. Now it's the Rats Tyrell Memorial Coliseum.
Yeah, they renamed it. Dedication
Renamed
ceremony,
it
yeah.
after his death.
Apparently, it could hold more than 100,000 spectators.
Yeah, it's like the Big House.
Yeah, there you have it.
Yeah, I guess, maybe it is just like Red Rocks, but that's completely impractical. There's like
Oh, guys,
there's
guys,
like 5
guys,
or 6
get this.
sections to go down there. That's a fucking
Get
haul.
this: the arena featured underground parking as well as VIP parking.
Whoa! That's
The arena
great.
Citadel hosted betting floors as well, which were controlled by the Hutts. So there you go.
That makes
Okay.
sense. I do love that they committed as much time as they did on the other pod racers. So,
Like
after you
in the
name them
race?
up- like, leading up to it.
Oh yeah, this whole sequence is great. Like I actually,
No,
if I
it's
could
enjoyable.
be serious for a minute, it looks great. It sounds great. It's like genuinely pretty exciting to watch. My real only problem with it is that, and I mean this is changing the entire film, but like this should be like the end of the movie. Like it doesn't really work.
It's
as
crazy how it's like after this, there's still an hour to go.
yeah.
No.
That was
Side
kind
note:
of,
what the fuck is Qui-Gon gonna tell a pod racer before the race starts? Like, go fast. Like, again, I can't
Gas.
stand Qui-Gon.
push the gas.
The race starts almost exactly at the 1 hour mark. Did you know that? I think it was like
I
1
did
hour
not.
and like 17 minutes into it. It's good to know that's
dear
how long
God.
it takes for something to actually happen in this movie. But I do like the pod racing sequence is great. I like it.
I mean, iconic. I mean,
And then even then, Anakin doesn't even start the race. This fucking movie sucks. Like, the false start. That sucks. Sucks.
I will say for all my gripes about the movie, the sound design and the
Mm-hmm.
character design,
Oh,
unbelievable.
that's good.
Like they were cooking. What like y'all got any plot? We got character design and sound design.
No,
Well, I had-
technically
so-
this movie is quite good, but that all
But
gets you so
as
far.
For,
right?
as for the writing, remains
The
to be
pod
seen.
race is definitely the like the peak, you might say, of Glupshido, right? Of like the concept of Glupshido. Like I just think you have like 10 right in front of you. They say
Yeah,
a
that's
bunch
true.
of them. Like they say them out loud.
Yeah.
They all have fun
Do we want to
designs.
break down our question that you had, Jake? Now that we're talking about Glup Shitos?
Yeah, so I had this idea, and I think we'll do this for all the movies we do. It doesn't have to be Glup Shito, but like just favorite little one note. You know, everybody knows what a Glup Shito is. If you start explaining it too much, you lose the joy of it.
It's like porn. You can't define it, but you know it when you see it.
Yeah. So I asked Fitz and Liam to bring their favorite Glup Shito from the Phantom Menace. I have mine. Who wants to lead off?
Why don't you lead off,
Mine.
Jake? Or Liam?
No, go ahead.
No,
Jake.
Liam. No, Liam. You go. No, I want to go last.
I'll start. I'll start. How about that?
Take it away, Fitz. Take it away.
It's my dog Rats. It's my dog Rats.
All
right. When he did his little scream, I shed a little tear on the rewatch.
Yeah.
R.I.P. my dog.
I feel like this is a tough one because I feel like we've all said it before. I mean, mine's Ben Quadraneros.
Okay.
That's my guy.
All right. So those are both really good, but I think I have you both beat. Mine is Anakin's little Indian friend. Kitster Chanchani Banai. That's his name.
Of course.
Yeah. So he's mine.
I almost said
That's mine.
I almost said Newt Gunray.
No, that's not a Glup. He's the fucking one of the main villains of the
I almost
movie.
said Bib Fortuna. I love some Bib.
That's a good one. Yeah, Bib's good.
Yowawanga.
Yeah, he pulls up in this on the back.
How did the Pod Racers Union allow the Tusken Raiders on the course? How bad is their CBA?
Could you imagine that at like the Monaco Grand Prix? Like,
What's
just
going
some,
on?
Some freaks up on the
Fucking
valley.
ISIS on the Monaco Grand Prix.
The sand people are standing on the dunes, firing guns at the racers.
What's going on? Used to be
going
able to go to Pod Race, the
And
Ubuntu Classic.
it happens several times throughout the race.
Yeah, right. What do you
Jabba
think
the Hutt's open borders have been disastrous.
What are the Hutts doing?
now cherished Tatooine
What is going
ice traditions such as the Booty Classic have invaders. What do you
That's
think that
the goal.
That's the rule. That's the rule now.
What do you think the Pod Racers Union got in return to allow Tusken Raiders on the course? Do you think they were able to smoke weed now? Like, is that like... Listen, we're doing... No... You can have Tusken Raiders on the course. No salary cap. It's not happening.
It is crazy that there's just firing shots at the fucking racers. Like,
It's
I mean,
insane.
yeah, that can't be. That's
I
not
do love
cool.
that. I mean, it's a lovely detail though. It really makes the world feel
Alive.
immersed. Yeah.
Unlike
Wow,
Rats Tyrell, who's
you're like,
dead.
wow, we're really out in the Wild West here.
So race goes on. You know, it's like a 15-minute sequence. It's long. I mean, it's good. It's good, but it's
What do
long.
you think we got
every
in the
lap.
movie?
Yeah.
We've been talking about this movie, like specifically this movie. We probably had like a
At
5-minute
this
intro or
point,
so. We're like at
pod
this
race
point of
would
the
be
movie in terms
ending.
of how long we've been talking, and I've had way more
Yeah.
fun talking about the movie than fucking watching it. With the exception of the pod racing scene, it's fun.
I thought it was cool that George went out of his way. Like they basically murk every other pod racer, but he goes out of his way. Sebulba does not die. Like he just
Poodoo.
Poodoo. He just sort of like sputters out and lands. And I blew right by this note, but when they're all in like the shop before the race, I don't know what you would call that. It's like a garage, that sort of thing.
I know what you mean.
Sebulba, Fitz, I know you like when I say this. He was running around like he was Pac. He was playing with women's his little feet hands were like rubbing the women up and down. I was like, oh my god,
what's that
this guy's a
area race
demon.
Anakin's magnet, I like that aspect of the race, like how he like saves himself with that, like bringing the magnet out, like shows like, oh, he's a smart cookie here. Like, show don't tell us how great he is. Don't tell, oh, I'm so good at building things. Well, when it breaks, he's quick on his feet, pulls out that magnet stick, throws it back together, back in the race. That service road maneuver that Sebulba did, not that I mean, clearly he's a piece of shit. Like, how are the officiating team for the Boonta Eve Classic, how are they looking at that service road maneuver that he does to go over?
Okay, well, no, I thought this.
legal.
I mean, you could just kill someone when you go behind like some rocks or
There's
something.
no
Like,
rules
literally,
here.
Yeah, literally, you could take out a gun and shoot another driver. Like, there's nothing preventing anything.
But What's preventing you at the start to just go before like the green light goes off or the green flag or whatever?
Well,
they do?
I imagine that part is policed.
So they're gonna police that, but you can.
Well,
kill
I mean, that's
people.
where the stands are. That's where there's people.
Yeah, you have to be. You gotta grow the game. You see.
But I mean,
if they're gonna allow racers to be shot in the middle of a competition by third parties, if they're gonna allow people to go through service roads that are clearly blocked off and X'd, if they're gonna allow that maneuver, the game's gone.
No.
Where's the game gone?
The game is
Liam?
gone. I agree.
One of my notes that we skipped past when the race first starts is Jabba spitting the frog at the gong. Inspired.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
gag. Good gag.
George was cooking.
Yes.
And then I will give Jar Jar credit. He has one really good line during the pod race where he goes, "Come on, Annie!" Great
Yeah.
vocal tech.
That is good.
Yeah.
You're talking vocal tics during the Boonty Classic. I love the Jawas getting a quick little shout out with the.
Just like, you gotta fit one in. If you're gonna be on Tatooine, you gotta fit one in.
Guys, I just wanted to quickly. I was so sad during the Boonty Eve Classic. You know, I think the only one of Jabba's boys that you see is Bib Fortuna, right? Like of the ones we know from Jedi.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You don't see his
So
son.
I brought him here for the recording.
Max.
Oh,
Why wasn't Max there? Why wasn't my little friend
That's a
Max?
great
Why
question.
wasn't
Is
he
he
hitting the
alive?
drums or something?
Max
I don't know.
is a top 5 Star Wars character. He ain't 5.
No, Max. That's why I bought this. This is a 1999
Nice.
97. Excuse me. So this is even before the Phantom
Max
Menace.
Rebo's my dog.
This is a little brand of plushies called Star Wars Buddies.
And you know what? He's my buddy.
He's my buddy. This is Max. So I was
We love
sad.
Max Rebo.
I would have liked to see Jabba's posse with him.
Could you imagine influencers at the Boot to Eve Classic? Like if the Boot to Eve Classic was happening in 2019 and Addison Rae is just doing her TikTok dances and shit like that.
No.
That's just a
No,
note
I
I had.
can't.
So Anakin wins the race. R2 does his cute little dance. I do like that. Padme's there. He's like, I'm going to have kids with you one day, Annie. And he's like, what? He's like, never mind. You didn't hear that.
Yeah. So this is where the movie loses me.
Again, this
right
is what I wrote here. I said 45 minutes to get Anakin on board with the pod race, to be fair, which I do like. 45 minutes to get Anakin on board, and we didn't learn much about anyone.
Yeah.
Hype moments and aura, though, which is true. So,
Yeah. I think when they leave, funny enough, like because we always joke about like, oh, back on Tatooine, but I think when they leave Tatooine is like the movie takes a significant nosedive.
you'll appreciate
you
this,
laughing
the next note. Bill Simmons' voice. Anakin Skywalker's sliding doors moment when he isn't a slave anymore.
I kind of just to put a bow on the Tatooine stuff. I have two notes. Anakin and Shmi's goodbye. I feel like your whole movie should be built around this. I feel nothing.
Yeah, I
It's
have
like,
nothing
well,
for
bye.
that.
It's a complete. This is literally the fact that George couldn't make this scene work is basically like a harbinger of the problems for the next two movies, because it's like this is Anakin's life is built around this moment, and it's just like it doesn't work at all in the movie.
And another thing that doesn't work at all, you would think in any other movie, don't even say, oh, in a better movie, XYZ, like in any other movie, if you're going to have the moment where eventually later on in the story or film series, I'll even give you a couple movies worth of runway here, if you will. In any other series, the moment where a guy meets another guy who's going to eventually kill him, you would think that would be better than whatever the fuck that was between Anakin and Obi-Wan.
I said, you're a Jedi too? Pleased to meet you. Quote, Anakin Quark Chungus.
I'm Anakin, and I'm so good at building things. I think that might be my favorite vocal tick of the movie.
I did have
Might
a
be.
note before they get on the on the ship again, where Darth Maul comes blazing through. I said respect to him for he was fully committed to running over a child at high speed.
Yes, he was.
Like, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
All right, so this you guys keep talking about that scene if you want. Which, by the way, I wrote another recurring bit that I have here. Been 45 minutes, so I guess we owe these folks some lightsabers.
Yeah, I mean, it was on site for Maul. He didn't have a lick of information going in. He was just like, I'm mowing these people down. He didn't care. It didn't matter.
It was so funny to me.
Yeah, great.
And Anakin's like, sir, I'm tired.
Max, tell him to take off. Max, Kellerman. Max, Kellerman. Max, Kellerman. Max, Kellerman. Max.
It's that for another minute. I remember making that.
That's great, Fitz.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I'll tweet that out with the episode link when this goes live, just so people can appreciate the full thing. I made that at UMass one night. I moved in early before everyone, and I was chilling by myself one night, so I was just playing Xbox, listening to some music, and I made that because the call came out from Troballins to make it. I was like, I got nothing better to do tonight. I'm the only one here in Amherst, so let's make it.
So where are we? Okay. We're leaving
They've
Tatooine.
left Tatooine, finally.
They've left Tatooine, and you know who we meet next, gentlemen? The Boston Droid.
I
Yes.
have them in my notes. These rumored underwater
villages.
But
Obey
here's
your
the
mother.
thing. They won't be safe for long. The thing is, everyone says it's the Boston Droid. Could someone pull up the audio of the Boston Droid, please?
No, it's more of like a Brooklyn accent.
I was
It's not really.
yeah.
The
it's
note
one of
I
those-
said, is he low-key from New York?
Yeah, it's more of a New York accent. It's funnier to say a Boston droid.
It's
though.
yeah.
But
no,
there are
it's
definitely some...
closer.
Because the real kicker for that is when he goes underwater.
Underwater.
Water, but maybe New York is that more like water. Like, I don't know.
Water. Yeah, I don't. I'm not Fitz. I'm not a linguist. Okay.
I just want to, for folks at home, if they can't recall, if it ever decides to load. I said if it ever decides to load. He's got a Bruins jersey on in this video.
My troops are in position to begin searching the swamps for these rumored underwater villages. They will not stay hidden for long.
For long is definitely Boston there.
I did the DiCaprio like pointing at the TV because I couldn't remember when he shows up, and then he finally
It's quick.
did.
It's
so good.
For long.
For long.
Droid Marty Walsh. Mayor Menino actually declined the cameo invitation that he got to be a droid.
Okay. All right. So, kind of, we've entered the second half of the film, and like I just said, I think the movie takes a nosedive in quality. You go from not good to really bad.
I have a note here that says, "Love the random white guy who's narrating for those who literally lost the plot." Who is that I'm referring to?
I think in the Senate, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Just quick note: Coruscant. George was in his bag when he came up with Coruscant.
Sure.
Just a magnificent place.
Whole planet's a city.
Okay.
think
Jedi
it's cool
Council room.
Yeah.
Awful. Awful.
Yeah, for the most part, it's awful. I still like that Mace Windu has a purple lightsaber, the one that says "bad motherfucker" on it.
Yeah, that's
I do
cool.
love that. That's great.
I
The
love how
midichlorian
much
sucks.
he just. I love how much he straight up just fucking hates Anakin. Wants nothing. To
Yeah,
do
they're
with him.
fucking awful to
He's
this
like,
kid. What did
no,
he do? He didn't do
won't be
anything
good.
wrong.
He's too old. He's just too old. To which my follow up note was 9-year-old Anakin at the Jedi trials. Here he comes, the oldest player in the league.
Well, okay,
It's a
my
miracle.
my hang up with this whole sequence and I guess the whole sort of chunk of movie is like they acknowledge that he's probably the chosen one, but then they still just are like, nah, it's not gonna work. Like they're, well, I don't get it.
continue.
I don't get.
Here's my thing, and
Yeah.
a lot of this comes down to one guy, who also sucks in these three movies. He's amazing at the
Yoda?
end of the day. Yoda. I mean, I've had my issues with Qui-Gon in this specific movie. Yoda is not as bad as Qui-Gon in this movie, but throughout the course of the prequels, Yoda fucking blows.
Yeah.
He sucks. He was way better when he was just this weird little guy at first, which, by the way, half the beauty of Star Wars is just the idea, the concept of weird little guys. Like, that's the bread and butter of Star Wars. But he talks... Excuse me, my microphone. He talks way too fucking much. He was way better when he was just a weird guy. I don't fucking care about his politics and the shit where he's cooking Anakin about, like, oh, you see very fearful you are. Like,
Fear
no
leads
shit.
to anger.
Anger
leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
It sucks. It sucks. He's a kid who just got separated from his mom. Of course he's a
Slave
bit
kid.
scared.
Slave
kid.
Don't
of
forget
course
that
he's
part.
scared.
No,
Fuck you, Yoda. Come on.
Yeah, Yoda's out of line in this.
The one thing I will say for Devil's...
character,
Or were you gonna say, Lynn?
I know these are the updated editions. I wish we still had the gross puppet.
Oh, I don't.
Yoda
God, no.
From the original Phantom
I wish
Menace.
Yaddle was in it more. I want more Yaddle.
Yaddle. Do you think Yoda and Yaddle ever explored each other's bodies?
I've never done this before,
stepsis.
Oh my God. Are they related? I don't think they're related, are they?
I think they are, or maybe not. I don't know.
I think they're just the same species, right?
Yeah.
The one thing for devil's advocate for the whole, like, Yoda cooking Anakin thing is the point that he's supposed to, no pun intended, is he supposed to be, metaphorically speaking, green with this sort of thing? Like, he's inexperienced? Because that, you know, in the third, he's like, oh, he hides in fucking shame and stuff like that. But, like, then I'm like, no, like, they still treat him like this wise elder. Even so, no, I don't buy that.
I just don't...
Guys, you'll be happy to know Yaddle's pronouns are she, her.
Okay.
They have those. They have those listed on Wikipedia.
Thanks for clearing that up, Liam.
Gender you, I will not. Preferred pronouns, I will put in email bio.
The Senate room system is cool as hell. Like, when they actually go to the full Senate, where, like,
Overstimulated am I? Point of personal... What was the point of personal...
Point of personal privilege, I mean.
Yeah, that...
Point of order. Make a motion, I will.
it is cool that the huge fucking room... thousands and thousands, maybe even hundreds of members in that room, folks. Am I right? The political
Of
shit...
the Senate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. Quite a few. At least 4 of those floaty things in there. At least 4.
Yeah.
Political shit in
Yes.
this movie sucks, but that is cool. The Senate room system where people can kind of float forward. E.T. makes it a cameo
He
at this
sure does.
point, right? Yeah.
Sure does.
That's right. E.T. makes a cameo.
Yeah, a vote of no confidence.
First of all, Succession did it. Succession already did that. The vote of no confidence. And it's a great episode. But, yeah, at least the Senate room is cool as hell. Again, it goes to the point of, you know, hype moments and aura. Like, at least George was in his bag there. He was cooking there. But, again, I guess the overall point is that it looks great for a movie made in the late 90s.
This
still
movie
holds
looks
up.
good. It really...
Yeah.
It looks good at lots of...
Holds up for the
points.
most part.
Yeah.
We are now getting to we're about an hour and a half into the movie and this episode. We're getting
We might reach the full runtime. What is it?
we
like 2
might,
hours
yeah,
15?
which is hilarious.
I actually don't think we will, because the last act, you there's like nothing to say. It's just
It does
slop
fly
on the
by,
script. Yeah.
You're just like, there's a lot
you're
of
getting to-
laser shooting.
I think I've said like 1 or 2 of these might be my favorite vocal tick in the movie. My favorite line of the movie actually might be, and I'll say it in the normal voice. Yousa think yousa people gonna die.
Wait, who's Jar Jar says that?
He goes, yousa think yousa people gonna die. It sucks. Says that to Padme.
So are we back on Naboo now?
Just about.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, I mean, like,
Okay,
we're,
so
we're
I
basically
just
at the
had-
point where they're leaving Coruscant. To which I said, Qui-Gon bringing Anakin to Naboo. SMH, here he goes again.
So what? I think Yoda says this. I put it in quotes. Discover the identity of this dark warrior. Who says that?
It's either him or Mace.
So my note was that doesn't really help much at all, does it? Like, who is this guy? What does that
This
mean?
Dark Warrior.
Yeah. Okay. Another note. Ewan's wig, awful.
Not good.
It looks really bad. I mean, we had better wig technology in 1999. I can tell you that.
Yeah. All the technology went to the big fish earlier on in the movie.
Padme's character design.
That 94 minutes into the movie, this is a point I had. 94 minutes into the movie, and Qui-Gon gives his first actual contribution, his trust in Obi-Wan, when we already knew he was trustworthy, of course, but in the story, maybe not as much. He just said it, but I don't buy it from him necessarily, but at least he gives some trust into Obi-Wan. And then I said, also, how long have they actually been on screen together before this time? Like 9 minutes? It's insane. When it's supposed to be like we should know more about their relationship. The way I compared it to, it's about as long as All My Friends by LCD Sound System during the Long Goodbye at Madison Square Garden, which I must have been listening to that song that day. Great fucking live recording of that song. Beautiful song. The Pod on Lansdowne Music Club will be the next the next page.
Wow.
Our next article.
And we could talk about LCD Sound System all we want, but no, it's like they're barely share. They have the first scene together, which that eats up probably about 4 or 5 minutes or so, and then after that, they're not on screen a lot together.
I mean,
When
they're on screen, but they're not doing anything with each other. Like they're not
Sure,
talking to each
sure.
other. It's like they're just kind of walking around. Like, oh, here's
No,
Jar Jar.
and we're not
Oh, now
learning
we're in
anything
Dungeon
about their
City.
relationship.
Oh, now we're at Naboo. Now we're with the Queen.
That's what I mean. Qui-Gon just goes to places and things just happen to him.
I'm glad that he died. I really
Yeah,
am.
well, put a pin in that.
Okay.
Put a pin in that conversation.
I'm just getting good riddance.
Yeah. I wrote Jar Jar is not as bad as people make him out to be. He's like the
No.
11th biggest issue with this movie. It's
No,
crazy
he's-
that he spoke to the council later on in the prequels, and he made a big blunder there. But that is not the point.
he did, yeah. Okay, so we're back on Naboo. I had two quick notes before kind of everything pops off. One,
Sure.
why is Padme running in front of everybody on their way back to the palace?
She's a leader.
You'd think maybe they'd be like, Padme, let's throw a couple guys
It's
in
like,
front of you.
hang back.
Yeah,
You're 14 years old.
In case shit goes sideways. Secondably, hardest I laughed in the entire movie is Newt and Maul and then the other lackey are like walking down a hallway in the palace, and they're talking to a Palpatine hologram, and then
And he's got like the spider legs, right?
yeah, it cuts back, and it's the spider leg walking backwards to project the hologram, and it's the funniest like visual gag. It's probably not even a gag, but it looks so fucking stupid. And I laughed out loud.
There you go.
That yeah.
This is at the point where we get to Misa like it this.
Well, before that, my favorite line from Jar Jar is when he says, "Daddy Big Boss Nass, Your Honor." That's Daddy Big Boss Nass.
That should be your
What
new
a
Twitter handle.
Sick animal.
I'm like, let's just get out of here. I
Jar Jar
can't do this
disgusts
anymore.
me.
He's fine.
He's
He's
repugnant.
fine.
Disgusts me.
I have a note about a throwaway Jar Jar line in a few minutes, but I just want to point out the fact that we are now 100 minutes into this movie to get any sort of momentum going because this movie sucks. CGI.
Oh, can we discuss the Padme reveal, where
Sure.
Anakin he doesn't do it vocally, but he straight up his face conveyed to me the Tim Allen, huh? Like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Why is everybody shocked? Like we've not
This kid,
as
he's
long as
not a
you're
good actor.
grown adult watching the movie, you're like okay, yeah, no, duh, it was her. Like,
That's what I mean. The whole thing is unnecessary and stupid.
Yeah,
I hate
dumb.
the handmade thing.
Why are the Gungans on home turf insisting to decide to fight someone who's got the high ground on them? Not to make another "I have the high ground" reference, but like that, you're at home.
Make them come to the water is what you're saying.
Or get to the hill yourself. Like you're not fighting in an advantageous.
No, I think because the
position.
hill, they're already at they're at the hill. No, like the stuff's on the ground already.
Then have them fight in the swamps or in the water. Exactly. Why are you going to then take the fight to them in not an advantageous position? Read the fucking Art of War or something.
that was part of
Boss
Padme's
Nass.
plan.
What's that?
That was part of Padme's plan. She was using them as decoys because she doesn't value their lives.
The
She
Gungans.
was like, Yeah,
She's
She was
right.
like, that-
She's right.
She,
She's
she was
right
like,
to do
that's
that.
how we're. She straight up said, she's like, that's how we're gonna draw them out of the city, and then we're gonna break into the palace. And I was like, actually, for a 14-year-old, that's kind of a good idea.
I mean,
She's
yeah,
still
I
a
guess
groomer, though,
if she's
you know.
fine with like laying waste to a whole fucking.
So thousands of Gungans died.
So what? You
to bring
couldn't
us
you
this
couldn't
movie.
draw them out onto the hill and then like slowly sort of retreat back to like lure them in some more and then fucking throw droids into a fucking swamp or something? I don't know. Couldn't have someone like flank the other? I don't know. But bad military tactics.
Captain Tarple's demotion might be coming his
Fraud
way.
watch for Captain
Yeah,
Tarples.
That's what I'll say.
Ouch time. That fucking line. Do something about it, Captain.
Okay, why do they bring? Why I must have missed this in the movie, but why the fuck does Anakin come with them to Naboo?
That's what I was saying earlier. I'm like, why is Qui-Gon? Qui-Gon brings Jar Jar into town, and he's bringing Anakin.
But
back
is
to
that
Naboo? Like,
made, is
why?
it made explicit why Anakin comes back with them? I
to
missed
sell
it.
toys.
No,
Because
yes, we can
to me, by the time that whole bit on Coruscant ends, like they haven't actually decided whether or not Qui-Gon's going to be his master, et cetera, et cetera.
So Anakin
But even then, like Anakin's still got to go through the trials. So why wouldn't he just stay there?
I don't know. Is there no fucking? Is not like a babysitter on fucking Coruscant? Like, I don't know. No, I'm really
High school kid, give him a
he's
couple.
9
No, I
years old.
agree.
He's 9
Yeah,
years
like
old.
why is he coming to this?
Oh God,
There's
tip
a
him my
war-
tongue.
there's
What's
a
the name
war.
of money? Credits. Give him a couple credits and like have a
Yeah, I don't know.
babysit.
Have a night on the town. I don't know.
Yeah,
Fuck
right,
it.
have a ball. I wrote again here. Been 45 minutes, so I guess we owe these folks some lightsabers. There we go.
Well, wait. But just before so Qui-Gon brings this fucking 9-year-old child to a war zone, an active war zone.
And then he straight up just tells me, I don't know, get in one of those planes or
That's
something.
this. Liam, I literally wrote this down. I said Qui-Gon probably could have provided Anakin with slightly better directions. He literally just says hide.
Yeah.
All right, man. There's a
All right, we'll
fucking
go here.
war. Yeah.
And to
deserved
make matters
die.
worse,
He deserved to die.
Anakin in the cockpit goes, "We got to do something, R2." And I said, "No, the fuck you don't." Like,
You stay exactly right there.
Like Anakin, there is a
and then he's just
military
like-
operation
and then he's just
happening.
Button smashing.
I know. I hate this fucking kid. This is what I mean.
Pissed me
Making him
off so
14
much.
solves the whole movie.
Yeah.
It really does.
Well, not
Not the whole movie,
No,
but a lot of the
definitely
movie.
not the whole. That aspect, sure, I'll give you that, but definitely that it adds like a half star onto this movie. I would say. Let's get maybe a full if I'm being generous. But
So famously, we are now in. I may have gone too far in a few places.
absolutely, I
territory.
will say before we get into that, I do love a nice Star Wars dogfight in the air. Those
It's okay.
I thought this
Yeah.
one was pretty good. I liked
I
it.
still like. I like this one. I did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would rank. So there's 4 climaxes going on at once. That's famously like that's where he went too far. So there's the Jedi Sith duel. There's the
Which
dogfight
I have
in
no
space.
notes for Duel of the Fates
Yeah, I don't really either.
because
There's
it's
the-
incredible.
So Jedi Sith duel, the dogfight in space around the droid control ship. There's the stuff on the battlefield with the Gungans and the battle droids, and then there's like Padme and her crew trying to like infiltrate the palace.
Yep.
So I would rank these as far as like how they worked. I think Duel of the Fates works quite well.
It's probably the best moment of the entire prequels, I will say. Duel of the Fates,
Yeah.
when it really pops off there. I mean, the ending of it we'll talk about in a second,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
for the
yeah,
most
yeah.
part, it
I'm sure.
works really, really well. It's great. I have no notes.
Duel of the Fates. I think the dogfight works well enough.
Yeah. Agree.
I think the Padme stuff is fine. And then I think
the
this,
Gungan stuff is like far and away. The
I agree.
worst.
I
have
think
no,
it's
I have
like-
no interest in that.
Yeah, it's like
just
Je-
Jar Jar dicking around.
Yeah, it's
Like,
literally
I
like
don't need
it's
any
like
more of that.
fodder. It's like genuine filler
Well,
in the
my
movie.
I
favorite-
said I have a note here: is Jar Jar's clumsiness teaches kids a terrible lesson. Like the real world doesn't work like that.
You know what
Yeah,
my
he's-
favorite is? Before that, the Gungan fight really pops off. And I know, like, Jar Jar's been deputized or whatever fucking position he has now.
He's a general. He's a
He's a
general.
general. Okay, so there you go. So
Daddy
General,
Boss Nass makes him a
General
general.
Binks. Even if General Binks. Even if you are
General
general,
Binks.
no one's listening to you. The funniest is when everyone is just standing still, like no one's like ready to go. Everyone's just kind of chilling, and then Jar Jar feels the need to fill the silence by going, steady, steady, steady. Dude, I don't care if you've been named as the general. No one's listening. Why? It's such a throwaway line. But like, why would everyone like, dude? We are steady. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Do you see us? Like I'm on my phone right now. Like these battle droids aren't here yet. Steady, chill. I'll find a way to tweet that from the pod account about the Red Sox at some point. Like
Nice.
Like if we make it like to the wild card series, like an hour before first pitch. Steady.
Well, so let's just break down Duel of Fates because that's kind of it's awesome.
Yeah,
All right, moving on. No, I'm just kidding.
fantastic.
I think so. Part of why I think this works more. So I think this is the best lightsaber fight in the prequel trilogy because I don't think it falls into some of the
saying much.
No, it's not. But I don't think it comes close. But I don't think it falls into the same problems that the ones in Clones and Sith do, where it just becomes like way over choreographed and there's like no emotion in it.
Spinning the arms around. Just
like I actually, especially when Obi-Wan runs in after Qui-Gon gets stabbed, it really looks like
they're going ham.
Yeah, it really looks like he's trying to kill him.
They're throwing hands. Yeah,
yeah. It's really good. And there's like weight to it that I don't think the 2 and 3 have. It just it's really well done. I know, of course, Williams is he's throwing 101.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah. What can we say about John Williams?
That's what I'm glad we kind of haven't even tried to speak on it. Like, yeah,
it's sensational.
Guys, Red Sox won, by the way.
Oh,
it was like a lot to a little. I know that for sure.
14-2.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Who's pondering?
I'll do it later.
Okay, thank you, Jake. I have here, and then we can get more into the nitty gritty. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to fit this in. We don't have time for this, Captain. I have that in all caps, that line read. Very funny. And then, parentheses, scene where they all shoot up the zip lines from their guns. Me and the boys when we have a fucking beer or some shit. I don't know.
Me and the boys on the way to the function.
Adley and Crochet and Roman on their way to the roster. So, the actual climax of Duel of the Fates.
Yeah, it's awful.
Qui-Gon. Okay, I'm glad you agree because I want to go kind of deep on this. I don't know if you agree, Liam. When both Obi-Wan or when Qui-Gon and Maul get iced. Don't give me the
I like Qui-Gon's death. I don't like how he just gets like bonked in the head. But I think it's well done.
I think Qui-Gon dying there makes sense, and it has nothing to do with my disdain for the character. Even if he was a good character, like perfectly written, I think his story has to end there because now it's about Obi-Wan picking up the pieces and trying to learn. Now he is, he has seniority now. He moves up in the ranks, so to speak. But therein lies my exact problem. And this is that same guy who did the, what if the prequels were good? He made this point as well. I'm not the originator of this take. Maul has to survive for the entire prequel. To build the relationship or the animosity with Obi-Wan. This is what I wrote verbatim. And I was getting mad about it again in the moment. I'm a couple, however, like 2 weekends removed from actually watching this. But watching in the moment, I'm like, how did they not think to do this? The fucking Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon fight with Maul should have stopped right there when Qui-Gon died. We need a fucking through line throughout the trilogy. That should have been the start of something epic instead of both Qui-Gon and Maul dying. Give me a reason to give a shit about Qui-Gon because I don't currently have one, nor have I ever after seeing this movie multiple times. Or even if you kill Qui-Gon, do not kill Maul because Obi-Wan needs a motivation.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you can have the fight end with Qui-Gon getting iced. Like, that's kind of a doubt. I think you need some sort of, like, small victory for Obi-Wan. Maybe,
or, like, Obi-Wan, like, he starts, like, aggressively, like, hitting at, but, like, somehow Maul's able to sneak his way out of it. And
yeah.
Obi-Wan doesn't know what to do with himself.
I agree. Killing Maul, I think,
or, like, he could try to save Qui-Gon, but that means that Maul goes away, but he still can't do it, or some shit like that.
Like, I mean, don't get me
Something
wrong.
Different.
I love Christopher Lee, but Count Dooku does nothing for me.
Oh, Liam. When we do Attack of the Clones, we'll get into it.
You can hear that debate for exactly $5.
Yeah. So Fitz, I mostly agree with everything. I think it doesn't work. I think in the context of a greater trilogy, it doesn't work. But I think in a vacuum, it mostly works. Not Maul getting iced, but I think the fight and then Qui-Gon dying is great. And then when Obi-Wan runs in and they start fighting, it's great. And then it's
like
bad.
90 to 95%. I guess if I said I had no note. When I said I had no notes about Duel of the Fates, maybe I did have that one big note. 90 to 95% of the entire sequence is great. And again, I think it's fine that you kill off Qui-Gon, regardless of what I think of the character itself, because just what that character is supposed to mean to Obi-Wan, I think it makes sense to kill him. I would have kept Maul alive.
I will say one thing that
It's a
took me
huge
out
gripe.
of it was
George clearly agreed eventually because he brought him back.
Yeah, Solo. Yeah, sure.
One thing that took me out of it was when Darth Maul gets sliced in half and has there's a split second frame of his face and he realizes he's been cut in half.
Yeah, there's the red mist comes up
and
on screen.
It gave me I felt like I was watching Wile E. Coyote realize he's about to fall into the canyon.
It is. Well, that's my.
I was I don't really like that.
My big issue with that.
Tunes to me.
I think everything from when
just
Obi-Wan
cut him in half and let him fall.
When Obi-Wan falls into the pit, I think everything beyond that is really fucking stupid.
And then Darth Maul's just up there aura farming. And he's
why is he aura farming? Why is he?
He's been aura farming the entire fucking movie.
Yeah, but Obi-Wan is literally
10 words.
Literally, dude, just force push him off the fucking thing he's holding. I don't know. It's a bottomless pit. And then, I mean, this isn't an original thought either, really. But Obi-Wan just straight up jumps over him, and Maul just watches it. He's oh, there he goes.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You're holding a giant blade. Do something about it. Stupid. And then he cuts him in half. Oh, but I did before we finish Duel of the Fates. I did just want to address George. George was right. He really did go too far in a few places. Notably, I counted. So from when Obi-Wan slips or whatever he does down the thing and he's hanging on the thing in the pit. So that happens. And then they cut away to one of the other three things going on. 3 minutes go by before you come back to Obi-Wan. Yeah. 3 real world minutes go by before you cut back to Maul and Obi-Wan. That's so bad. Much. Yeah. No minutes should go by, but
while this is happening now, this is pod racing was uttered, by the way.
It doesn't even make sense. I don't even know.
It's literally not pod racing.
My note on that was why, when he hopped in there, why was the autopilot taking him straight to the droid command ship? Why was that
punched in already?
Why was that pre-programmed?
Maybe it sensed that there was some action going on over there. I don't know. And again, George would give you an answer for this. He's well, it's funny you asked this.
Is it George that comes up with all the bullshit, or is it
has to?
Right?
Yeah,
because again, like you said at the top, Jake, no one's there to tell him no. So any of the wildest fantasies that you get are all these indulgences. It's all George. Oh, what?
And then there's that terrible scene where he's flying through the droid command ship, and they cut away to outside the ship, and you see the other Naboo fighters are like, who hit it? Oh, wasn't me. And then he comes flying, he's woohoo! It's just so fucking goofy.
Wouldn't realistically one of those guys would totally shoot down Anakin? They'd be like, who? They'd be like the.
You're gonna kill one of us, dude. You are a child.
Well, no, be like, yellow 1, come in, yellow 2, and there's I don't know who that is. And they'll just be shoot it down, probably. I don't know.
I love when they check in with each other, saying Red 1,
great.
2, yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, he wouldn't have lasted a second up there as soon as he turned the autopilot.
No,
off.
I would have put him down myself.
He would have been toast leaving the hangar. They had the big tank off to the side, when you're flying out of the hangar.
Yeah. Let's just give a quick shout out to the Naboo starfighter ship design. Just
special.
It's
iconic.
What a design.
Very sleek.
Special.
Iconic.
Design.
That toy must have gone off in Christmas '99.
I'll tweet it after we get off. I've got a photo of me wearing a great shirt, and it's just a scene of that dogfight. It's great.
Nice.
They haven't made a yellow Lego Naboo starfighter since the original fucking. Oh no, excuse me. They made one in 75092. Okay, they've made 2 ever. I feel like that, like for a Lego.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So they're probably expensive, if I had to guess.
Yeah, this one was from whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. 2 more notes here, just to kind of wrap up Duel of the Fates. The movie doesn't even try to make me feel sad about Qui-Gon dying. It's such an overrated character. And again, it just emphasizing that Maul's death was fucking lame. Even if Obi-Wan could feasibly kill him, do that shit. It sucks. And then I said, please subscribe to let me talk about a worse movie.
I agree. I pretty much like my eyes kind of started to glaze over on Naboo at the end. Like it's really bad.
Yeah, I say Yoda's a fucking dickhead in the prequels. Was he ever right in these movies? Then at the very last. What were you gonna say?
I do appreciate Yoda was clearly ready to slander Qui-Gon's name when he's talking to Obi-Wan at the end.
He would have been right to have done so.
He would have been right, but I think he realized like, oh, the poor guy's dead. Like
he was running around like fucking. He was running around like
Not
Strauss at the end of Oppenheimer. He's like,
Not one
he didn't
did he
once apologize
did
for
he?
bringing the chosen one into my fucking office.
Not one time.
Well, no, you know what would have been a great scene?
Could he have brought Vader in? He would have done it again.
You know what would have been a great scene if after they first introduce Obi-Wan, it's like Yoda, everybody's leaving the room. Yoda's like, Qui-Gon, can I talk to you in the kitchen for a second? It's like, you gonna bring that fucking kid in here and embarrass me in front of everybody like that?
His voice goes to totally normal.
Yeah, so, he said, "Are you fucking serious, dude?
What the fuck is this thing? That's
What
your
the
voice?
fuck? You made me look like a jerk in front of everybody."
Do we have a problem? do we have a problem? Right?
And then
Finale-
my question was, did anyone keep Qui-Gon's ashes? Was my next question.
Oh, that's a good question.
Was he
I'm sure
incinerated?
They have him on like that pyre.
Oh, right. So, are all Jedi supposed to get incinerated?
Well, we know a couple that have.
Or just Vader, right?
And it's just Vader and Qui-Gon.
Yeah, literally a couple.
I got.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, I don't know. 2 final notes that I had before we kind of go into like summary of the movie. The finale song is a banger. Again, John Williams. And in true Paula Lansdowne fashion, the last shot of the movie is that the Trump orb. That's what I wrote.
Oh, from like Saudi Arabia,
or
wherever it was. Yeah.
Remember the Trump orb?
My final note. Weird to end the movie on Boss Nass. It's like. Just
in hindsight, I guess I never really thought of that. But
yeah, like if you're gonna, like literally, I think every other movie, every other Skywalker saga movie, it's like the original trilogy ends on all of them getting their medals. The main characters of the film. 5 ends on them looking out on the galaxy
from the window. Yep.
6 is all of them on Endor being happy. 2 is Anakin and Padme getting married. And 3 is little baby Luke with Owen and Beru, and then for some reason Boss Nass is how this one ends. So that's weird.
Lisa like I did.
He's part of the family.
Then my final note was, so the council just agrees now to train Anakin. Was that so fucking hard?
No follow-up.
Yeah,
There's
right.
No follow-up.
That was mine. Liam, did you have any final?
My
notes?
final notes were Jar Jar acting a fool one last time. Get him out because he falls off that creature, and all the kids laugh at him.
Get him out.
I want to get his toy.
And then I said that look Padme and Anakin share always makes me uncomfortable. To which I then followed up with Obi-Wan read it right away, and then that's when they cut to Boss Nass and it ends.
That would have actually been a good end.
Even Obi-Wan's weirded out.
The tease of Obi-Wan noticing
Obi-Wan being
them.
like,
that's actually a better ending shot. At least
better.
it's like teasing something. Well, again, it's weird because he's 9. So, but
yeah,
what can you do? Yeah. So that's the Phantom Menace.
Episode 1 of
guys.
the Phantom Menace. Final thoughts here before we give our Lettersoxed 5-star review.
It's bad.
And we should also maybe preface like this being the first episode of the movie club. If we're doing the 5-star reviews, we should kind of explain like our own because like your 3-star may not be my 3-star. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So for me, my star reviews is like purely my enjoyment of a film. I don't like take in the artistic integrity or whatever. Like that's not what I use it for. So like I have. I mean, I'm trying to think of like a good example. Like, I don't know. Like Holes. I adore that movie. That's a 5-star movie for me on Letterboxd. But like, that's not. I don't think Holes is like a 10 out of
like
10 movie.
Peak
Like
cinema.
you know. Yeah, so that sort of
I know
thing.
what
So
you mean.
for me, it's just like what out of 10. How much did I
Out
like
of
it?
10. Okay.
Well, it's 5 stars. But you
I
can do
try to
half
get
stars.
like some of the intent in there. You know what I mean? Like I think my 5s have the combination of how much I enjoyed it and like what you're shooting for and whatnot. The way I put it, like I feel like people whenever they see like a 2.5 or a 3-star movie, they're like, "Oh, you really didn't like it all that much." I'm like, "No, a 3 is a good movie. Like 3 is good. I can't be giving out 4s and 5s and 4.5s all over the place."
3 is the
3's good.
lowest threshold for me of like I enjoyed watching that.
2.5 with a liked on Letterboxd
I
is
don't-
for me.
I don't fiddle with the likes.
So put it this way: my Big Fat Greek Wedding is a 2.5 for me, but I liked it. Murder on the Orient Express is a 2.5, but I really
You
didn't
did not
like it.
like it.
Okay.
How about you, Liam?
So, I mean, just the nostalgia factor, like the child in me gives it a 5.
Oh, we were gonna like your like 5-star rating, like how like where do you come?
Oh,
from?
I
Just,
don't
like,
do
straight
I
in
don't,
Georgia?
I don't do letterbox, so I don't know.
We do
I don't
letter
ha-
socks
I don't
now,
have
but
this-
What do you,
You do-
fucking rate it out of
you-
5, Liam?
Well, that's what I thought we were doing. Then Fitz cut me off, so I
But
was
then, like,
confused.
where you're coming from for it? You're part of a movie club now, Buckaroo. Get your ass on Letterboxd.
Nah.
I know that's crazy, Liam, that
Nah.
you don't have Letterboxd.
I agree.
I'll
Jake.
give it a. I'm giving it a 2.5.
Yeah.
2. 2. Do
I'll
not
give it
like
a 2.
this movie.
Yeah, 2 out of 5.
2.
No, I don't either.
Again, I'm not but again, I think the biggest sin of this movie, maybe the original sin of the movie, is not having more of a focus. It doesn't even have to be the biggest focus, but not having enough of a focus on Obi-Wan. Is this prequel his story, or is it not? If it is supposed to be his story, like they kind of set up in 2 and 3, because he's the throughway into the original trilogy. If this is supposed to be a prequel, I think that's an important prerequisite to have, to set that up. If it is supposed to be his story, the prequels, it's a horrible setup for it. And if it's not, then what the fuck are we doing with this movie? The revisionist history from the memes and everything like that, I get it. Nostalgia's great. Like Liam just said, as a kid, it's a 5-star
as a-
movie.
as a
I
child,
can
it's a
appreciate
5
that. And the prequels do have their moments. But let's not
Call
kid
a spade a
ourselves here.
spade. Call a spade a spade.
This is not a good movie. It's not. Sorry.
I was surprised at like how painful it was at times.
It's awful at times.
It was
It's
because
like,
like I
ugh.
mean
Guys, and
I really
crazy
hadn't
thing
sat
is
down like on the couch
It gets
to like
worse.
focus.
It gets worse.
It gets worse before it gets better.
Yeah. I mean, it's
We
this
just
can't go
convinced
on,
a lot of
but
people to not actually pay for episodes 2 and 3 because they love Phantom Menace
Yeah.
so much. So if they
it,
know that,
it can go on. It can go on.
It can. It can.
What did I say? 2. Yeah, 2. Yeah, 2.
So final ranking: 2 out of 5 for Jake, 2 out of 5 for me, 2.5
I'm giving it a
for
half.
Mr. Fantasy.
I appreciate that, Liam. I like
Perfectly
yeah.
down the middle. The
Agreed.
iconic sound design and characters design gives it a
Yeah,
gives
I
it a
mean,
half
I
star for me.
That's
do.
where,
I
like
do.
1.5 of my stars are coming from.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's most of what I. That's all of what I like. Frankly, is like
It's just the
you know,
writing and the
the
dialogue.
ships,
It's
the alien
yeah,
design, the planet
the
design,
aesthetic.
like, yeah, that's and I said it before, but this one really does look pretty good. Whereas I think
Yeah,
2 and 3 look rancid.
Two's tough.
Two's really tough. 3 is admittedly a slight improvement, but I think this one looks better than both of them.
I would agree. Any final thoughts?
So does Max.
Sort of like outro sort of thoughts. One that I have, if you haven't already, even if it's not the full thing, look up clips of that behind the scenes documentary of episode 1 where George is.
It's streaming on Disney Plus.
Is it on Disney?
Is that Empire
back
of
and-
Dreams or is that the other one?
I forget the name of it off the top of my head.
Oh
yeah,
no,
I
excuse
gotta
me.
go- I gotta go back and do a
Empire of
rewatch.
Dreams is the that's the one about the original trilogy. I think the Phantom Menace doc is literally just like it's in the special features of
Someone probably has a
like-
YouTube rip of it if that's the
on
case.
Disney Plus. Yeah, that's probably there's
Yeah.
probably that too.
Look it up. That's where the the poetry it rhymes.
It's very
the,
enlightening.
Yeah, you start to understand a lot more of like how this movie came to be.
I have the Blu-ray box set. I think there's an extra disc in there.
I think you also, I mean, it's enlightening to see that, like, clearly Lucas didn't have a single person in his camp that was willing to say no.
Yeah.
By that point, which I get. I mean, it's hard to be like, no, Mr. Star Wars, but would have been useful for
Exactly.
sure. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Comprehensive. This is the only 6 you need.
Maybe in the off season, if Jake's ever home, like for the holidays or something like that, we invite ourselves over to Casa del Fennessy.
Oh, for the live commentary?
Live commentary of this movie.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In all honesty, like, I believe it was Zoidberger suggested...
Liam, do you even have something that plays Blu-rays?
Yeah, I got my PlayStation stuff.
Yeah, PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
Zoidberger suggested us
there's a bonus disc. I'm going to check this out after.
Yeah, pop it in. Zoidberger suggested maybe from time to time doing like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 sort of deal where we do the live commentary.
I like that.
I would love to do it.
It's just
if we
hard
could find
to
a way
do
to remotely. Yeah, it is tough. I will say, like, that could be a fun, like, special edition sort of.
I mean, if we end up doing all 6.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, if we ever do Empire Strikes Back, I'll wax politically about it. But, like, if we're sitting there watching... Empire Strikes Back is one of my favorite movies of all time. If we're sitting there doing a live commentary of Empire Strikes Back, you're not going to hear much from me because I'm going to be locked
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think you can only do the commentaries for shit movies because...
That's true.
If it's good... Yeah, if it's good, we would get, like, drawn in. Like, instead, stop talking. You know? Yeah.
So, we'll think about
I agree. We'll put a pin in that one, yeah.
Absolutely, and I would love to do that. Again, it's probably more practical to do that if we're all in person as opposed to, we're all in parts unknown.
That'd be good.
With that being said, for anyone who's a part of the movie club moving forward, again, this is a free episode available to everybody to see how you like it. For those who are going to be joining the movie club, let us know what you think. Any improvements that you might want, again, because this is our first venture into this sort of membership, Patreon sort of thing. So we want to, if you have any other experiences of how we might be able to improve it, we want to hear from you, how much you like it, things like that. And of course, when we put movies up to a vote, would love for you to put it up to a vote. Suggest movies for us. Maybe we take you up on your suggestions as well. I think mailbags for folks, like say, like, a week before we announce, whatever it is, we post on Patreon or for YouTube members and say, hey, we're going to watch Goodfellas this week. Send in your questions about Goodfellas. We could talk about it on the show. I think that's a great idea. What do you guys think? Liam's nodding for those listening.
Sorry, I got a motorcycle game.
And I just realized Jake froze.
Oh, maybe we did lose him.
Jake is frozen. So I have no idea what he thinks about this. So.
But I'm all in. Fitz. You got
I
me.
appreciate that. He probably has texted into the group. Now he's totally gone. There you go.
Gone.
Well, we did everything we could for the man. I don't know about you, Liam. I'm jazzed about the movie club, man. I'm not just trying to sell this to upsell it. I had a blast.
We made it the full runtime of the Phantom Menace.
I told Missy Mo that I was like, this should maybe be like an hour and a half. Here we are, like 2:15 into it.
Listen, I mean, people can straight up, they can sit down and watch the movie as they listen
alongside it. So there's your live commentary, right? Yeah,
basically.
Perfect. I mean, geez, we should maybe note that in the description when this episode goes live. So
it's essentially the full runtime.
Yeah, there you go. It has no, Jake hasn't texted into the group yet about that.
No, heard nothing. He's radio silent.
No.
We've lost all communication. He's like thick Palpatine.
I thought we were going to go longer on thick Palpatine, though. So. Again, one more time, folks, $5 a month either on Patreon or on YouTube memberships. It will give you access to all of the paid episodes, paywalled episodes, I should say, of the Pod on Lansdowne Movie Club moving forward. Next two on the docket are Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Oh, boy. And then Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. To wrap that up, if for those who have joined the club, if you want us to do the original trilogy after that, we could absolutely listen to that, or we could pivot. You can figure it out. $5 a month, 2 extra episodes a month where we dive into these movies, and we'll be sure to be we'll communicate with you folks when these episodes go live. I don't know if they're going to be on a set schedule, but we'll let people know ahead of time, like, hey, we're recording this episode now, expect it, maybe by the end of the week or early next week. You know where to find us on Twitter. If you're part of the Pod on Lansdowne Movie Club, you probably follow us on Twitter. Thank you for doing so. We'll be in communication. And then we can also post it on to the YouTube membership page as well, the Patreon page, all that stuff. So that will do it.
That'll do it.
You know, it would be a good bit if this is just one long episode of Pod Off Lansdowne, which is essentially what the movie club is. We wrap up going, any pot on talk?
Hey, Sox won 14-2 tonight.
14-2, man. Fucking
God
Durbin
damn.
grand slam. Duran hit a homer, man. It's looking good. Keep it going, baby. Oh, Jesus Christ. Eight texts in that group chat with you and naming the dress withheld. Sorry, this is bad radio.
Are we wrapping? That's all.
Yeah, we're wrapping now.
I don't think he's making it back.
That's
regardless.
fine. Well, I can assure you that he appreciates you listening to
He's
this, as do I.
He's with the Force. He's with the Force now.
May the
He's one
Force
the
be
Force.
with him. Yeah. Lord carry him now. Palpatine carry him now. So for Jake, for Liam, for Duke Gunray, for Rats Tyrell, for Ben
Boston
Quadraneros.
ass, big daddy Boston ass.
I'm Fitz, you're you. Welcome to the Pod on Lansdowne Movie Club. We hope you join for $5 a month moving forward. We'd love to have you. Until next time, go Sox. I don't know if I'm going to keep saying go Sox. It's a basis of it as a Red Sox show. Tom Cruise, I'll see you at the movies.
See you at the movies.
And obey your mother.
Obey your mother.
Let's go Red Sox. Let's go Red Sox. Let's go Red Sox.
Now that part stays if we can't get the
Has to.
has to.